Podcast doesn't exist. Episode 57. Coming out on Tuesday. A rainy Tuesday afternoon, man. Another full week of baseball. Another full week of grown men taking their shirts off. More and more men are taking their shirts off at MLB games. This is a trend that will not stop. They banned the humping celebration, but the humping celebration is back, but it's in a new form. That's something to keep an eye on. One team is wearing a thong with their manager's face on it. That's something to keep an eye on. And then one of the poorest teams in baseball is on fire. Spoiler alert, it's Jack's Rays. Clap it up for Jack's Rays, who he disavowed, I think, 2 episodes ago, so he can't even claim them.
People were not happy.
Poor timing to disavow the Tampa Bay Rays, who have the 3rd worst payroll in the league and right now have the best record in MLB. So the poorest team is playing like the best team. And all of a sudden, the Cubs are playing like the poorest team. The Cubs absolutely fucking suck. If you're a Cubs fan, they are terrible. And we had a scary moment in Philadelphia this week.
Harper, comebacker off Burns, gathers the ball.
As you can see here, Chase Burns gets hit in the meat. And let's hear what his manager has to say about this.
Where did that comebacker get him, and is he okay?
It hit him kind of in the meat. Inside, what do you, hamstring kind of. Yeah. I mean, man, I'll tell you what, that was scary. Yeah. Then he ran off the mound. I thought he was okay. And then he got in the dugout and looked like he was dead. And I asked him, I said, hey, man, please tell me you have a cup on. And he said, no. I was like, Chase, I said, I don't even watch a game on TV without wearing a cup. I said, golly, man, you guys are crazy.
Golly, man, these guys are crazy.
Will you play the first clip again? I feel like we missed the first half.
Harper,
oh, it was right in the fucking meat.
Got him in the meat. Didn't get him in the balls, though.
Burns is okay.
I like that.
Fact check, it got him in the, I guess, back of the thigh.
It's just too close to his penis to be referring to anything else as the meat.
Yeah, a little too close for comfort. Got him in the meat. You know, there's, I guess, it's, yeah, right. He shouldn't have used the word meat if you want, but it goes without saying that Chase Burns may need to start wearing a cup. Chase Burns gets hit in the leg. He's going to be okay. He had to leave the game after that. That's 6 innings, 1 run allowed for Chase Burns, struck out 9, who don't sleep on the Burns. I mean, the NL pitchers in general, it's going to be a freaking bloodbath for the Cy Young. They'll all probably get Tommy John by the end of the year if things go the way they have been going in the past few years in Major League Baseball. But Mizorowski, Shohei, Christopher Sanchez, Skeens, and now even Chase Burns. This ERA is a 1.83, 4th lowest ERA in baseball, 0.72 ERA in the month. In May, he's just allowed 2 runs in his last 25 innings. And the Reds, kind of blew it. You know, they entered May in first place and then lost, I want to say it was 8 in a row. While the Cubs won 8 in a row, went from first to last. If you're not last, you're first. They were first, and then they went last. But they've heated up a little bit, and there is a little bit of momentum, as we saw their manager, Tito Francona, bringing up the meat. Meat has been very popular in that clubhouse. So this spring training, the Reds made a custom Speedo with Terry Francona's face all over it. So they basically made a thong with their manager's face all over it. As I was just saying, they had a very big cold streak to enter May. They lost 10 of their first games in May. They had gone from first place to last place, lost back-to-back games to the Nationals when their first base coach, Mike Napoli, put on the thong, the Terry Francona thong, underneath his jersey and wore it during the game. Instantly scored 15 runs that game. So obviously this turns into the good luck Speedo. Terry Francona rocking the Speedo with his own face on it. Apparently he likes to swim laps, which is why the team thought, hey, this guy needs a Speedo with his face on it. We do not have a picture of him rocking the Speedo. That would be alarming.
We have him holding it up, though.
He is holding it up, but we don't see the naked body. Maybe if they go on a crazy good winning streak with this, we can see his bare-chested Speedo body. But
I don't think it would take a lot for Francona to wear it.
Well, he said on a couple interviews that he did wear it, was going to wear it in front of the whole team, but looked himself in the mirror and almost threw up. So he refuses to show.
This guy's funny as hell.
He's a funny guy. He's the same guy who had to get emergency gum surgery for chewing too much bubble gum. Yep. If you recall from last season. That is just for the casual Jack Schwartz. I know people listening at home is like, that's not really what he's known for. He's probably known for other things, like winning the World Series with the Red Sox in 2004 and in 2007. and in 2016, almost winning it for the Guardians, formerly known as the Indians at the time. So they put on the Speedo, score 15 runs. Napoli wears it again the next day. They win again. The Reds are playing better. Everyone's playing better except for Tyler Stevenson. So what happens? He's 0 for 8 since the Speedo arrived. So the Reds put the Speedo in his locker. Tyler Stevenson wears the Speedo. He finally gets a hit against the Phillies with the Speedo. Wore the Speedo again, walked 3 times, got another hit. Then, in the first game against the Mets, he wore the Speedo again. And in the 4th inning, boom shakalaka, hits a bomb while wearing the Speedo with his manager's face all over it. So since breaking out the Speedo, the Reds are 6-3, and they have climbed their way out of 4th place. So if you look at the division right now, the NL Central, which has been the best division in baseball, it's heating up because all these teams are good except for the one team, which is the Chicago Cubs, who the Chicago Cubs have had one of the weirdest seasons ever. I mean, they won 10 games in a row, then lost 3 games, then won 10 more games in a row. They won 20 out of 23 games. They had the best record in baseball, but since then, they are absolute dog shit. They didn't win a single game all week, the Cubs. All right, so if you saw on Wrigley Field, they're wearing SMFDB t-shirts. Anyone want to guess what that stands for?
SMFDB?
I'll pull up the picture of it, Jack.
Suck my fucking dick, bitch.
That's exactly what it means. Jack is on fire today. They're selling suck my fucking dick, bitch t-shirts outside the stadium in reference to a comment that PCA made in front of a fan in the outfield. He actually apologized for that afterwards, saying, I think I just regret my choice of words the most, saying, the fan kind of deserved it, but I didn't mean to call her a fucking bitch, which, hey, gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? You can't be too upset, but she did, scream at him in the heat of the moment. Listen, let's let bygones be bygones. Let's get over this. He gets fined for telling this poor young lady to suck his dick, bitch. In the center field. And since telling this poor young lady to suck his dick, bitch, he is 3 for 21, batting 143 with a 613 OPS. On Tuesday, he got hit a fly ball, fucking drops it. So it's a nightmare week for PCA, and not just PCA. So if you're watching at home, look at this. Boom. PCA, that's one of the best defensive outfielders in the league. Mitchell, where would you rank him in the defensive outfielders in the league?
It was number 1, but then you got to drop him for this miss alone, right?
So where are you dropping him?
2.
Damn, who's number 1 now?
Not PCA, I have no idea.
Let's give it up for not PCA, who's currently the number 1 defensive outfielder in the league. Well, it gets worse. The next day, he gets a ground ball in center field. This is the former number 1 outfielder in the league, according to Mitchell. Spoiler alert. We got caught with an ad, so we're going to have to, buy a little time right now. Maybe a little... Jack, you got anything? What'd you do this weekend?
I went to my 4th wedding in 4 weekends, and I'm going to kill myself.
4th wedding in 4 weekends. Did you take for open bar?
Open bar.
Wow. You probably got...
Oh, we're good. We're ready.
Let's go. Right up the middle. Right to PCA. Ooh, former best outfielder in baseball. Goes right between the wickets. Well, not really, but past his glove. And that is an inside the park home run for Hamilton. Not Billy Hamilton, but a fast Hamilton. I don't know this Hamilton.
David Hamilton.
David Hamilton. Congratulations. You hit an inside the park home run because PCA made a mistake. So
I think we've got to drop him down to 3.
we're dropping him down to 3. Number 1 is some other guy. Number 2 is another man. Someone who's maybe more respectful to the fans in center field. I think that should be on the criteria. Respect the fans or you'll get bad karma. The Cubs definitely have bad karma. Shota Imanaga, what happened to him? Gives up 8 runs on Monday to the Brewers. Mind you, this is all against the Brewers, the division rival. After having a 2.28 ERA on May 7th, he has lost 3 straight starts, has an 8.83 ERA in those starts. His ERA has gone from 2.32 to 4.04 in just 3 starts for Shota Imanaga. He's allowed the same amount of runs and homers in the last 2 starts as he did in the first 9, per Justin Havens. And that ain't going to get it done. So ever since Imanaga started struggling, maybe he's the X factor. They are 4-13 during that stretch. In game 2, they have to face Mizorowski. Ooh, gooey. That's not even fair. They lose to Mizorowski. In game 3, Seiya Suzuki gets a fly ball. Now even Suzuki's making an error. So if you thought maybe Suzuki took that number 2 or number 1 spot, actually it was not him. He gets hit in the chest with a fly ball. Another bad play. Another loss for the Cubbies. Look at this. Ow! Ow!
You think that was like the sun was in his eyes?
I think it was the wind. Famously a windy city in Chicago. Famously a windy ballpark right on the water. I don't even know if it's on the water. I don't care if it's on the water.
Not.
It's windy there either fucking way. You know what I'm talking about? I never been. I don't even want to go.
You never want to go to Wrigley.
It's too windy, dog. Terrible place to go. The whole place might. Next thing you know, I'm going to make an error in the stands. I'm going to get my chance at a home run ball. I'm going to look like Seiya Suzuki. So the Cubs get swept by the Brewers, which hurts because not only do you get swept by the Brewers, your division rival. That's right after losing the last 2 games against the White Sox. So that's a inner city rival. That's 5 losses in a row. Then they have to play the Astros. Okay, the Astros have the worst ERA in baseball, the worst pitching staff in the league. Against the worst pitching staff in the league, the Cubs hit 156 and slugged 244 in this series. They scored 7 runs all series. So on May 7th, the Cubs had the best record in baseball. They had a 91.7% playoff odds. In the 2 weeks since, they've gone 4-13, have the second worst record in baseball. Worst offense by OPS, slugging, and average. Second worst starters ERA. 2 of their 5 starters. 2 of the 5 worst starters by ERA since May 7th are on the Cubs. 4 of their 5 starting pitchers have negative WARs in that stretch. 4 of their 5 starting pitchers have ERAs over 6 during that stretch, and 5 of their 7 qualified hitters are batting under 200 during that stretch. Their playoff odds are down to 49.2%. So the Cubs, if you trust the odds, have a better chance of not making the playoffs than making the playoffs, when 2 weeks ago they were the best team in the league. So life comes at you fast, especially when you're in the Central Division where teams are winning like crazy. I mean, right now, Pittsburgh Pirates are in last place and 2 games over 500. I mean, they'd be in first in the fucking AL West. They're over here in last place. Golly, what's happening to the Cubs, Mitch?
I have no idea. Their playoff odd chart, though, is one of the craziest charts I've ever seen. It's in the 40%, 37% April 5, 91% May 7, 49% today. It's Sarah Langs of MLB.com. She does wheeze after like crazy games that have like big comebacks. This is like a full season wee where they look like they've got like 100% chance of making it. Now they're just nosediving.
Wii Sports?
I guess so.
Wii 10?
Wii baseball.
Yeah, so the Cubs, they had 2 10-game winning streaks in the first basically month of the season, which was unprecedented. And now they have an 8-game losing streak. So they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn, dude, they've lost, 13 out of their last 16 games? 14 of their last 16 games?
They also had like a 15-game winning streak at home, right? And then, it's not at home, but they lost 2 to the White Sox. Then they've lost 3 straight to the Brewers. Got swept at home by the Astros. So that's 8 straight losses in the city of Chicago.
A streaky freaking team so far. It's tough to point to a thing. What's wrong with the Cubs? The answer is everything. I mean, you heard what I said during that streak. They don't have a single... Okay, 5 out of the 7 hitters during that streak don't have an average over 200. The only hitter who is actually close to league average during that stretch is Alex Bregman. If you look at them as a whole on the year, they only have 1 pitcher with the positive WAR. That's according to Baseball Reference, starting pitcher. Now, that's a little misleading because Ben Brown has made some starts, and he's doing well. He's a 2.01 ERA. And who else has made some starts for them? They do have some injuries in the starting rotation. Let's not forget. I mean, Edward Cabrera, he just got hurt, right, this weekend?
Yeah, his velo was down, but then he went on the IL with like a blister, I believe.
Yeah, and then Matthew Boyd is also hurt. Matthew Boyd's Tommy John, I believe.
No, he tore his meniscus playing with his kids.
Oh, that's why you can't have kids during the season, dude. Get a babysitter.
Just leave your kids at home, live in a little apartment during the season.
Yeah,
no distractions.
You got to get a babysitter for the season. The city's counting on you, Mr. Boyd. So those were big losses. Now you're relying on Colin Ray. Is it Ray or Rhea?
I thought it was Ray, but no. Yeah, no, it's Ray.
Ray. Not to be confused with Robbie Ray. No relation. You know, he was honestly, he wasn't even a starter, I want to say, until this year. And he's come out of the pen as well. I think that starting staff is a lot shakier than I realized, man. I mean, Imanaga, like 4.04 ERA on the year, we know his hot start, but the last 3 starts have not been good. You're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you know. And then Tyone, he's got a negative 0.5 WAR. He's given up more home runs than anyone else in the league. And, you know, he's no spring chicken either. So I think there is definitely some room to be concerned with the Cubs. It's not just, you know, a fluky little losing streak. Now, it might end up turning that way, but if there's anything about the Cubs you're worried about, it's got to be the starting rotation.
I thought you were going to say everything.
I mean, no. I mean, listen. I don't think the offense is not as bad as they played the past 2 weeks. Obviously, they've been the worst offense in baseball. We can be confident in saying that the Cubs are not the worst offense in baseball. They got some boppers, you know. I don't think Ian Happ is going to bat 100 the rest of the season. Say a Suzuki. He's probably not going to be taking fly balls off the chest and striking out every time. Even P. Crow Armstrong, we'll see what we get out of him. But, I mean, there's too many good hitters in this lineup to be this bad the whole year. It's really the starting rotation that would concern me if I'm a Cubs fan.
Ben Brown has made all of his starts during this cold stretch, and he has a pretty low ERA. So if there's one silver lining, he's made 4 starts all year. They've all come since May 7, and he has a 189 ERA and a 176 FIP.
So he's better as a starter than a reliever, you're telling me?
Well, they tried him out as a starter last year, and he was not very good. So this year they used him exclusively as a reliever, and he was really good. He had a 2.10 ERA. He was going multiple innings at a time. So then with the injuries, and probably just struggling as a whole, the rotation, they started putting him in the rotation, and it's gone pretty well.
23rd worst starting pitching staff by ERA this season. I wouldn't say that's going very well, Mitchell.
For Ben Brown, it's going very well.
All right, we'll tip our cap to Ben Brown. The rest of you fuckers need to step it up. You're making Chicago look bad, you piece of shit. And you're going to have to step it up because guess what? This is not an easy division, guys. Like I just said, the Cubs, the Reds, they got a Speedo with their manager's face on it. And they've been on fire ever since. The freaking Brewers are hot. The Cardinals have overtaken the Cubs. Who would have called that 2 weeks ago? Who would have called that at the beginning of the season? But the Cardinals also got a crazy rally cry going. We've all seen it. The Tarps Off movement has heated up, and they've reinvigorated the Cardinals. I don't know if they reinvigorated them.
I would say the entire baseball landscape they've been reinvigorated.
They fired up the entire sport. You got to respect it. But since, the Tarps Off movement has started, the Cardinals find themselves in second place, man. Second place. They've surpassed the Cubs, the Reds, and the Pirates to make second place. The Tarps Off movement has officially taken over baseball. The question is now that people are trying to find out, where does this trend actually start? So we all saw last week the Cardinals guys started doing it, and that kind of took the social media, the world by storm. However, if you remember in April, there was a few guys in Colorado who took their shirts off at a game, started chanting, took them off, and turned into a group of 100 plus people with no shirts on, waving their shirts. We covered this when it happened. So that happened at least a month and a half before this newest rendition. Shortly after that, there was another Tarps Off section at the Reds game. Some Reds did it in the rain. It occurred at a UFL game before the Cardinals did it. It then occurred at a college baseball game this April. The most notable origin story was the Oklahoma State football game. So this fall, a fan took off his shirt at an empty section and What is Oklahoma? Stillwater, Oklahoma. Started waving his shirt around like he just don't care. Next thing you know, hundreds of fans followed him, and there's a whole shirtless section at Oklahoma State waving their shirts around. The university changed the name of this section from 231 to 2 No Shirty 1, and shirtless fans waved their shirts there for the rest of the year in Stillwater. I think the team went like 1-11. They sucked you know what. Yet, they got excited because they got to take their shirts off. I mean, who doesn't love taking their shirt off at a game?
My shirt's off right now.
Yeah, why don't you actually do something good for the podcast for once, Jack, and take your shirt off?
I'm flattered. Do you think it would do good for the podcast?
I think it'd be good on TikTok, or we get banned. It's a risk. You got to take a risk. So after that, shirtless section started taking the college football landscape by storm. So if you're not a college football fan, you're just a baseball fan. You thought that just showed up in the baseball world. This has been in the college football world for an entire season. However, the Red Sox, so I think a lot of college stadiums had shirtless fan sections this season. However, the Red Sox claim they actually were the ones who started it. Back in 2023, we saw a shirtless section at Fenway Park during a rainy day game. And then you can see this guy, I don't know this guy's name, but he's the obsessed Japanese Shohei fan who was right in the middle of it all with his shirt on, by the way. So, I mean, this is the first example we can find of it, of a whole entire section with no shirts on. However, they are not really all waving them in the air like, you know, the modern day interpretation of the Tarps Off movement. Not only is your top off, you should be waving that thing in the sky like a rally towel. Either way, the current trend taking off in MLB right now, as we know, started last week when a bunch of college kids took their shirts off, started waving them in the air at the Cardinals game. So within an inning, there was 4 sections of them. The Cardinals won. They were invited to the clubhouse. The manager bought 4 entire sections of the stadium for fans to take their shirts off and cheer the next day. So the next day, we got even more shirtless guys cheering on the team. Since then, this has spread across baseball. So a few days later, the Rays created a Tarps Off section. I shouldn't say the Rays started it. It was really just Rays fans started it. They had a bunch of guys in Tampa Bay. I don't remember ever seeing Tampa Bay this fucking excited to see baseball games.
They're just excited to be shirtless. That's actually a real thing in Tampa. We all drive shirtless. It's hot. It's sunny.
Not in the dome, though.
You don't think it's hot?
In the dome, no. Air conditioning, dog. At the Trop.
It's covered like that. I don't remember. I don't remember anything about.
This guy hates the Rays so much. It's embarrassing. This guy hates the Rays.
You're starting to give me hate mail by doing this.
Either way, the Rays win the game. The players start rallying the shirtless section. The second baseman tweets, "Y'all boys better pull up tomorrow." And boy, do they show up tomorrow. So the Rays did Tarps Off 3 games in a row. They haven't had a home game since, but the Rays tarp section looks honestly on par with the Cardinals Tarps Off section. Kids with their shirts off also showed up to Washington, in Seattle, in Detroit, and in Philadelphia that day. At Angel Stadium, fans took their shirts off, started chanting, "Sell the team," and Artie sucks. So not only are they doing a Tarps Off section, they are rebelling against ownership and the team because their team, I don't know how would you describe their team, Mitchell?
Pitiful.
Pitiful. They have a pitiful franchise.
How do you think it starts? Like, what is the origin in the games where this occurs? What do you think happens?
Well, I think what happens is that we got a group of 4 to 5 white boys go up in a section, and it's like the top section, and it's pretty empty, and they start waving, and then it's just a magnet. Next thing you know, there's 6, then there's 7, then there's 10.
But imagine seeing a group of 3 white guys with their shirts off, alone in a section. Someone at some point has to go, I'm going to go join those guys.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, I was at the Nats game last week, and I saw like 3 people try to start one. And it didn't really
that's
take
embarrassing.
off.
That's what I'm that's
It
what
was
I'm
embarrassing. You know, I saw like some people read. I saw like 3 people up here. No one really followed them. And then they had a group over here that was like 6 people. You know, it didn't really rally the troops to the point. But I could see definitely in a maybe more well-attended game earlier in the game, maybe in a different scenario, I could see this really working.
I think what the college kids in St. Louis had on their side was there were 15 of them. So you have 15 people from the jump. It makes it a lot easier to jump in. But if it's just 2 or 3 guys, that's really tough to kind of convince people to join in. But with the Cardinals people, they had a full section from the get-go. And if you're right next to it, very easy to jump in. You're not going to be alone.
You're saying 2 to 3 guys could be a pause situation. 15, that's more like a day at the beach.
2 or 3 guys, it's call security. These 2 guys are too drunk. 15 guys, it's they're just having fun.
Well, I think you get enough shirtless guys. They're really not. You can't really contain them.
No, at a certain point, the numbers eventually they outnumber the security.
And we have seen some teams try to contain, and it's not really always worked. I mean, listen, your favorite team, Jack, the Miami Marlins. They're anti-tarps on. They're tarps on.
They're tarps on?
They're tarps on, dude. They kicked out fans from being tarps off, kicked them out of the section. They said they cannot have a tarps off section in Miami.
Gotta let it roll in Miami, dude. I mean, probably wouldn't even be just men. There'd be women with their tarps off.
Maybe that's what they're worried about.
With their tarps out. You know what I'm saying?
It's free the titty. Right? What were they used to say? Free the nipple.
Free the nips.
Free the nip. So the Marlins try to do a tarps off section. You cannot do tarps off. The fans were kicked out of the section. The tarps off section in Milwaukee got so out of hand that the ushers had to subdue them. But they had a hard time stopping the vulgar chants. So that's a pretty insane video, like I said, where you can see how this can get out of hand. These ushers are trying to tell them to chill out. It's just there's too many of them. You can't tell the boys to stop. They're not listening. So the next day in Milwaukee, they start checking tickets in the 400 sections. According to what I've heard, that's the first time they've ever done it. They're cracking down on top.
No one checks tickets in the 400 section except maybe Nats Park.
Except Nats Park, because I mean, how dare you ever try to get a deal in the nation's capital? Do you know where you're at right now? Nats Park, the most hallowed ground in professional sports. Did you see that Nats are getting exposed by Project Veritas today?
What?
They're dropping a bomb on the Nats. I'm I wonder what this is about. They're going to get an under camera. The Washington Nationals are getting exposed. So we might have to do a follow-up episode on that. I wonder what they could have done wrong this time. Either way. Phillies fans started doing the tarps off section in the rain. There was tarps off supporters in Seattle, in New York, in Boston, in San Francisco, in Atlanta, in Arizona, in San Diego, in Kansas City, in Cincinnati. There was even Reds fans. They were St. Louis fans doing it in Cincinnati. So the moral of the story is, if you haven't tried the tarps off movement, you are lacking. Every team has done it. If you haven't done it, then you ain't even a freaking team. And of all the teams who have done it, the Cardinals have seen the best results. So the Cardinals have moved into second place, 2.5 games back of the Milwaukee Brewers right now. The Brewers swept the Cubs, and in just 2 weeks, the Brewers have gone from last place to first place. Paul Skeens just faced Patrick Corbin and lost. If you don't know, Patrick Corbin, historically one of the worst pitchers in MLB for a while, he gets outpitched by Patrick Corbin. Livy Dunn was not happy, and the Pirates are now in last place. But it really is the Brewers division right now. So the Brewers sweep the Cubs, score 8 runs against Shota Imanaga in the first game. Mizorowski pitches the second game, and boy, oh boy, as Mizorowski just, you can't say enough about the guy. If you had to use one word to describe Jacob Mizorowski, Mitchell, what would it be?
Electric.
What about you, Jack? I would say gooey.
Yeah, I would go. That's the sound he makes when he leaves the egg every morning.
He's evolved, bro. He's evolved. He's not as gooey as he used to be. He's a lot less raw now. He's striking motherfuckers out. He's got more control. He's going deeper into the games. He did get pulled in his first start of the week after just 74 pitches because he was gassed.
He's not eating enough bananas.
Monkey never cramp. I would guess that Mizorowski, they're probably a little worried. I think he leads the league in starts right now. Probably tied with a few guys, but 11 starts. They probably want to contain his innings a little bit because they're going to need him in the playoffs, it seems like, because the Brewers are on fire. But 5 straight starts with 8+ strikeouts and no extra base hits allowed. That's after his first start. As you will see later, there will be another start. According to Kurt Hogg, that's a great name, Kurt Hogg, hasn't allowed an extra base hit in a month and 5 days, has struck out 44 batters in that time, has not allowed a run in May, has 37 strikeouts, most in baseball, highest K percentage in baseball, second lowest whip in baseball, lowest ERA in baseball, lowest FIP in baseball, has a 1.5 F4 in May, highest in baseball. That was after his first start. So we're not even done yet, as you'll see later. He made another start yesterday, technically not last. This is last week's episode.
Yeah, are we pretending that Monday happened or no?
Well, we're going to talk about Monday, especially in the context of Jacob Mizorowski. We're not the type of podcast that erase history, unlike some other baseball podcasts who erase history every fucking episode. I listen to these guys. You know which podcast I'm talking about?
Freaking baseball is dead.
Yeah. Erasing history, dude. They just act like I never existed. They don't have my name in the bio.
Every day I comment on their episodes and I go, where's Joey?
Yeah, where's Joey? Where's the shout out? I should get a shout out every app.
Crazy.
Shots fired. So they beat the Cubs, sweep the Cubs. Kyle Harrison, you got something on Kyle Harrison?
Kyle Harrison, after his start against Chicago, had a lower ERA than Jameis.
Wake up, people!
So he had
not just the Mizorowski guy, it's the Harrison guy.
He had the 5th lowest ERA in baseball among pitchers with at least 40 innings. He had the same F4 as Chris Sale. Last year, he was traded from the Giants to the Red Sox in the Devers deal. The Red Sox had him for like 4 games, and they traded him to Milwaukee this offseason. He was traded for Caleb Durbin, who's been one of the worst hitters in baseball this year. And Kyle Harrison has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. So combined with Jameis, I think they have the lowest ERA in baseball between 2 starters.
Okay, so they're a 1-2 punch.
A 1-2 punch. You get Jameis on Monday, you're like, oh shit, man, that was tough. But at least tomorrow, it'll be better. Then you got this lefty throwing 93 miles an hour.
Fuck.
You're thinking, okay, we're not seeing a guy throw 104 miles an hour. It's going to be easy today. Wrong. He doesn't allow a single run. Strikes out 11 Cubs.
Imagine facing Kyle Harrison on a freaking Tuesday.
Or Wednesday.
Doesn't matter what day it is. You're getting humped. It'd be worse on hump day, at least on the Wednesday you expect it. So, I mean, did you see that? I saw, I didn't look into it too much, but Kyle Harrison, who has been a reliever for most of his career, right? At least I think he was on the Astros last year. He was kind of Astros, right? What team was he on? The Giants. Sorry, I got my orange teams mixed up. But he was like a guy who was coming out of the pen, but also starting some games. They kind of had him as a hybrid.
So he was at one point a top prospect in baseball. So prior to 2024, he was MLB's 23rd best prospect. But when he got called up, he just didn't pitch well. He made 24 starts in 2024, and he had a 4.71 ERA. So in 2025, the Giants tried to use him as a kind of a swing man, and he didn't pitch very well. Had a 4.56 ERA before he was traded to the Red Sox. And then the Red Sox just kind of stashed him in the minors for most of the season. He only made 3 appearances in Boston.
Well, that goes to show you how good the Brewers, I feel like, don't really get enough credit for like turning players into better players when they get to Milwaukee. The Dodgers get a lot of credit for it. That's deserved. The Rays get a lot of credit for it. But Milwaukee has done this consistently with low payrolls, trading players as soon as they're good, getting rid of the good guys. They go to somewhere else, they get worse. The guys they trade for come there, they get better. And Kyle Harrison is another example. I believe he like changed where he stood on the rubber, which is what I saw, which has like transformed his whole career apparently. But he has more WAR so far this year than he has in his first 2.5 seasons, his whole career basically, which is 2.5 seasons. So give it up for Kyle Harrison, who is the last guy you want to face on a motherfucking Tuesday. Who would you rather face on a Tuesday, Mizorowski or Harrison?
I think on a Tuesday specifically, I think I'd rather face Mizorowski. If it was any other day, I'd rather face Harrison.
I agree with that. But I don't know. I feel like facing Mizorowski might be one of the scariest things of all time.
You'd have to put me in like the cricket outfit, you know, the big mask helmet, the pads. If I just had to like stand in a box, and then I'd be like the pitchers who come up to the plate and they're like at the edge of the batter's box. And I'd still be terrified.
We could probably work that out.
Well, I'm not even worried about him hitting me.
No, you're not. You're brave. You're tough.
Well, I guess he does throw a little wild, doesn't he? But still, I feel like...
What are you more worried about?
I'd be more worried about me pitching to Mitch than Miz pitching to Mitch.
Because you don't want to hurt him?
Well, I'm going to hit Mitch with that damn ball. on accident. I remember.
Well, you're gonna throw like 40 miles an hour slower.
Excuse me? Excuse me? You don't think I'm breaking 95, dude?
Holy shit.
You don't think that I'm like a low tier MLB pitcher?
You know,
I think we need to have a combine, PDE combine.
I've been dying to do. I feel like I've been trying to convince Joey to do that for a year and a half.
We could do it out front. We got plenty of space.
There's a baseball field down the way. Softball field.
All right, y'all drop it in.
But yeah, with J-Miz, I wouldn't even see the ball though. That's my fear.
If you choke up, man, you get your foot down early. You got a chance, man. That's true. That's true with everyone. A lot of these new guys, they don't want to hear it, and that's why he's got a freaking 14.5K per 9. Now, if players really actually knew what they were fucking doing when they step in the box, choke up, cut down their swing, and get the foot down early, let it get deep in the zone and take the ball the other way, they have some success off J-Miz. Unfortunately, no one in Major League Baseball knows that hit anymore. I mean, we got the lowest batting average in baseball history, don't we, as a league?
On pace to.
We're on pace to have the lowest batting average in baseball history as a league. All they want to do is hit home runs, Mitch.
If you're looking for tips, reach out to Joey.
Dude, I get an email like once a week, people being like, can you teach my son baseball lessons? And I don't know why that happens. It's like some spam thing, I think, or people are really confused, but I don't offer lessons yet.
I don't know. I mean, I get weird messages from people asking very specific things because they're like little kids, I think.
Like what?
I don't know. Like anytime I get in if you guys sell merch before they go live, can you give me one? It's
For
like things
free?
like that. Yeah. It's like, why?
How can you say no? Why would I give you free shit, you little kid? Go get off Instagram.
People also keep asking me if I can bring them to a game that you're at, go with us. Like they're gonna like roll out with us.
That'd be cool. Surprise me with a 12-year-old. Look what we got at the game.
His mom said it was fine.
Hell yeah, let's hit the freaking Michelob Ultra Lounge. All right. So like I said, we got to tip our cap to Milwaukee. They sweep the Cubs, then they lose to the Dodgers 2 out of 3, but you got anything on that series from the Brewers' perspective, Mitchell?
If I'm the Brewers, I gotta feel disappointed. You win game 1. Logan Henderson pitches a great game. Logan Henderson, very underrated. I think he has, a 2.23 ERA through his first 10 career starts.
No relation to Ricky Henderson.
I mean, that'd be crazy if this guy is related to Ricky Henderson.
We never fact-checked it, though, so I shouldn't even say that.
You know, you're right. I don't know if Logan Henderson is related to Ricky Henderson.
We'll get to
or
the bottom.
Dave Henderson.
We'll get to the bottom of that before next episode.
But he goes out. He has a 5-inning scoreless outing against the Dodgers. Next game, Brewers are facing Rocky. They get off to a 3-0 lead against Rocky. So you're feeling like, if you're a Brewers fan, first inning of game 2, you're about to win a series against the Dodgers.
We broke you, Rocky.
I mean, are they breaking Rocky or is Rocky already broken? But then Rocky locks in, doesn't allow another run for the rest of the game. Dodgers outscore them 11-0 after the first inning. And then they had to face Yamamoto and they scored 1 run.
Okay.
So
Yamamoto's turned it around. But don't forget about Monday. We're counting Monday for him. On Monday, Jacob Mizorowski pitches again. So on Monday, Jacob Mizorowski faces the Pirates, right? I'm not wrong about that. It is against the Pirates. What?
no.
No.
Cardinals.
The Cardinals, another division rival. So Mizorowski on Monday faces the Cardinals, comes out in the first inning. 8 of his first 13 pitches were over 103 miles per hour. So those 13 pitches in the first inning, 8 of them are 103 or faster. 57 pitches on Monday, over 100 miles per hour. That's the most of all time by a shit ton. Okay, first MLB pitcher in history to throw more than 50, 100 plus mile per hour pitches in a start. Goes 7 innings, gives up 1 run on just 2 hits, has 12 strikeouts, has 19 of the 22 fastest pitches ever thrown by a starter. So in the history of Major League Baseball, since they started tracking this shit, 22 of the fastest pitches ever pitched, 19 of those are by Jacob Mizorowski. And they've all been in the past season because he's only been around for 1 year. He has now 6 consecutive starts with 8+ strikeouts and without allowing an extra base hit. No one's ever done that before. 58 strikeouts in his last 6 starts. Has already 100 strikeouts on the year. leads the league in strikeouts, leads the league in FIP, leads the league in hits per 9, leads the league in strikeouts per 9, and has a 1.83 ERA. Unbelievable. However, we have to be sure to note that 1.83 does not lead the league.
Do you have a button for that, Jack?
Oh no, the Pirates are now in last place. Is there time to be concerned about the Pirates?
No.
No.
Like on the episode or in the season?
What do you mean by that, Jack?
You said it. You said, is there time to be concerned about the Pirates?
Do we have time to be concerned about the Pirates real quick? Is anybody, or are we running out of time? Should we just be positive? If we don't have enough time to be concerned, let's just be positive then. The Pirates have lost a series. They won a series against the Cardinals, and they lost a series to the Blue Jays. Bubba Chandler came out, 11 Ks in 5 innings. That's good for Chandler. How many starts has Chandler made this year?
He's made 10. He's not been very good, though.
I was going to say, I feel like he's been way under the radar. I mean, I thought I was getting him confused with Jared Jones, who I think still has not returned yet, right?
No.
So Jared Jones is not pitching yet. Bubba Chandler, who we thought could have been a Paul Skeens type pitcher, young prospect coming up. So far, -.2 WAR with a 4.72 ERA, leads the league in walks. So I'm going to assume that's been the real issue. However, against the Blue Jays, strikes out 11. Does give up 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. And then the fucking game of the week, which no one really thought was going to come. Paul Skeens outdueled by Patrick Corbin.
I don't know how that happens.
Well, I guess we got to tip our cap to Patrick Corbin. I mean, that guy just won't go away. And he's pitching really good. You get him out of DC. What is Patrick Corbin's stat line this year? 3.86 ERA for Patrick Corbin, a guy who was the worst pitcher in baseball for, I want to say, 4 years in a row. But hey, good for him. He's turned it around. He's given the Rangers some great innings. Oh, the Blue Jays. I'm sorry. Sorry, you're not on the Rangers anymore. You're on the Blue Jays. Good job for Patrick Corbin. But the Pirates, yeah, 2 games above 500, but they are in last place. Anything else in the Pirates?
Just this one thing from Sunday. They were facing the Blue Jays in Toronto. As Merlin Valdez hit his first career homer, this young fan catches it. And the Pirates are like, oh, we got to get that home run ball back. And this kid goes hardball on the Pirates. He's like on the phone talking to somebody. This Pirates official has to come down, negotiate with him to get the ball back. He's on the phone with somebody else. And I think there's a quote from the Pirates official who said, when I first saw that it was a kid, I was thinking, oh, nice. This will be easy. And they spent like 5-10 minutes negotiating. Out of all of that, he only got a signed ball and a signed bat. So I'm not sure what they offered him.
I would have got $50K.
Would you now?
I don't know. Who hit the ball?
As Merlin Valdez. He's making league minimum. I don't think you're getting $50K from him.
And why was it so important to him?
It was his first career homer. And so when, players have milestone hits, they want to keep the ball. But yeah, this kid just goes hardball on the Pirates.
Kid, what do you think he got on the phone with his lawyer?
That's what it looks like. I mean, like, who else would he be talking to? It's probably not his parents, right?
It's like, hey, bro, it's an Esmeralda Valdez ball. Just give it to him. Is that his name? Esmeralda?
Esmeralda.
Okay, sorry.
I actually see your point. Like, if it was like,
Merlin?
if it was Aaron Judge's like record-setting home run ball, then it's like you got to give it back. But or I guess you want to keep it. I just mean, like, if I was this kid, it's like, who really gives a fuck about that ball other than it being a home run ball in general?
That guy can get some cool autographs. I would have said, just give me some Skeens shit. I need a Skeens autographed jersey. I feel like that wouldn't be that hard to get. But I mean, he got autographs from Mr. Valdez.
I think it was Valdez, yeah.
We got that Livy Dunn signature.
Let me get a Livy Dunn kiss on the cheek, please.
Livy Dunn kiss on the cheek.
Maybe that's what he was starting with, and the Pirates official had to come down and say, that's off the table, but anything else.
He was talking to his lawyer. What can I legally ask Livy Dunn in this situation?
Said, sir, we're going to have to see an ID. Either way, the Pirates are in last place, but it could be worse. you could be the Giants. So the Giants had a fucking fucked up week as usual. Robbie Ray had a start. Ray had one of the worst starts you could have. Those first pitch of the game, strike to Ketel Marte. Next pitch, gives up a single. Next pitch, rips one into right field. That's Corbin Carroll, another single. Next pitch, ripped to third base. Matt Chapman can't field it. So in 4 pitches, he has the bases loaded, no outs. Throws a ball. Then on the 6th pitch of the game, he gives up 4 runs in the first 6 pitches of the game, gives up a grand slammaroo in the first inning, and that was all she wrote. The Giants lose 12-2. I don't know what the Giants ended up doing this week as a whole, but they get swept by the Diamondbacks, which is not going to help their chances at a division, which every day it looks like the Giants' chances of winning the division go down and down. They're now 12 games back, 10 games under 500. However, there's some good news going on. Drew Gilbert refuses to stop humping people in the outfield. Now, this is a story that everyone's tracking because he has made humping in the outfield popular across baseball. We know him because he chewed on Robbie Ray's sleeve last season after his big hits. He regularly gets choked out by Matt Chapman in the dugout after he home runs. Earlier this season, he tried to kiss Jung-Hoo Lee. Then Jung-Hoo Lee tried to force Helio Ramos and Drew Gilbert to kiss each other. So they're getting a little frisky in center field, right? And then couple weeks back, it was last Monday, they bring out the 3-man thrust celebration in center field. Takes the baseball world by storm. That night, news spreads, they were told they are no longer allowed to thrust each other after winning games. However, the next night, the Mets start thrusting each other in the outfield. Then we see it in the minor leagues, so this starts spreading. It's spreading like wildfire. Then, on Sunday, they bring it back. So the Giants bring it back despite reports that it was banned. They go against the league's word. Then they lose 5 in a row. So we don't know what happened after that because we don't even know if, like, were they going to do the hump or not. We don't going to know because if they can't win, you can't hump. That's another rule. A lot of people don't know that rule. You can't hump after a loss.
But how are you going to win if you can't hump?
Is a good question. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if they started humping after losses, they'd win more.
It's a chicken or the egg situation.
It is. But on Saturday, Drew Gilbert, they do a new celebration. Drew Gilbert humps once, humped twice, then humps a 3rd time. Apparently 3 pumps. That's no bueno. Teammates throw a flag, and they do not want him to do 3 humps. So he's banned from 3 humps. So watch it. He's doing a 3rd. Yeah, so they won't stop humping.
You know where that's from, right?
Yeah, Key and Peele, I know. And
they nailed it, though.
Very good hump celebration. Then on Sunday, they win again, 2 games in a row. He pumps Jung-Hoo Lee down, then pumps Harrison Bader down, only pumps twice. So this is legal. So apparently they got they got a workaround. They're allowed to hump in the outfield again. Shout out to the Giants for getting smart with it. They've found the loophole and they're allowed to hump. Just don't want to do 3 pumps. If you're a travel baseball player, and don't do this at home or Little League.
Oh, they're doing it. They're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
They're
they're all
definitely doing it. The outfield seems so fun. A lot of time.
Not for me. I'm more of a shortstop. But yeah, for people like you, yeah, outfield does sound fun. Anyway, Giants, second to last place. They got overtaken by the Diamondbacks, who I think were already ahead of them, but the Diamondbacks are hot. The Rockies suck. They're in last place. No shocker there. The Diamondbacks might be the hottest team in baseball. They've won 9 of their last 11. Playoff odds have gone from 21% to 46% in just 10 days. They have surpassed the Padres in terms of playoff odds. They have the best offense in baseball since May 15th and have the second best pitching staff. Does anything jump off the page for you, Mitch, from the Diamondbacks?
They were the worst pitching staff in baseball up until a few weeks ago. They had multiple starting pitchers. I think all but one of their starting pitchers had allowed 7 runs in a game. Then they turned it around, and recently their pitchers have been unstoppable. I think before this run, Eduardo Rodriguez, was the only pitcher not to allow 7 runs in their rotation in a single game. And since then, I think Zach Gallen has been their worst starting pitcher, and he's only allowed 4 or 5 runs.
Yeah, I mean, Eduardo Rodriguez has had the best season for them. That guy has turned it around. 5.2 ERA last year, 5.02 ERA last year, 5.04 ERA the year before. That's his first 2 seasons with the Diamondbacks after they signed him to a big offseason contract. He was also hurt for most of that first season. So he kind of seemed like he was kind of chopped cheese. Come to find out, he is not chopped cheese. That World Baseball Classic turned his life around, didn't it?
Yeah, I remember in the WBC, we're like, oh, Eduardo Rodriguez with the tournament on the line, what's he gonna do? And he shoved, and we're like, oh, that must have been an anomaly. But he's been really good this year. Did you already say he has like the 9th lowest qualified ERA in baseball?
No, but now I know. 9th lowest qualified ERA in baseball for Eduardo Rodriguez, also known as Erod. There have been 4 MLB pitchers to record 3+ starts of 7+ innings and 0 runs allowed this season. You know who they are? Paul Skeens, Christopher Sanchez, Nathan Eovaldi, and Eduardo Rodriguez. That's from Dalton Feely. Another dominant outing from Erod. Soroka's also pitching well. Gallen also pitched well this week. Marte is the hottest hitter in baseball. Am I right or am I right?
Marte had a hot streak this week that rose his OPS by like 130 points. I don't think I've seen something like this. But he went from being one of the worst qualified hitters in baseball. Then he had a 4 for 28 week. Raised his OPS to 772, which is higher than Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, J-Rod, JJ Weatherholt, Vladdy, and J-Ram, among like 100 other people.
Gotta respect it. And then where does frickin' Corbin Carroll rank in WAR? He's got to be what? He leads the league in OPS right now.
Corbin Carroll is
Holy
the
moly.
3rd best player in baseball this year, and I feel like he's had a very quiet season because nothing
Well, in terms of the media,
in terms of the media.
he's had a very loud season, but like we've said a bunch of times, this Diamondbacks team has been one of the most boring teams. It's not like they've played that bad. They've been a kind of like a mid-level, but yeah, nothing notable out of them. For some reason, they don't have a lot of pizzazz until now. Now they got pizzazz. Nolan Arenado is having a fucking insane resurgent year. 804 OPS, 126 OPS plus. The guy's got a 1.6 WAR at third base, and you were saying his defense is actually
His
hurting.
defense is bad.
So that's how good his offense has been. Shout out to Nolan Arenado at age 35. Back again. Back again for Nolan Arenado. I love this too. You know, James McCann has been one of their low-key best relief pitchers.
What?
He's had four games out of the bullpen so far for James McCann, who's currently on the IL. I hope it's not related. 11.25 ERA, so not great out of the pen, but 4 games out of the pen for James McCann. Got to give your shout out to James McCann. Got to give your shout out to the Diamondbacks, who right now, like I said, you didn't expect it. They have a better chance to make the playoffs than the Padres. The Padres, who, haven't been that bad. There was actually a brief moment this week where the Padres were in first place. The Dodgers, after losing game 1 of the Padres, lost their first place spot. So they lost game 1, then won game 2 to retake the first place spot. In game 3, Ohtani pitches. First pitch of the game, boom! Ohtani hits a home run, first pitch of the game. So he's hitting and pitching. Do you know why?
Because he's facing the Padres.
I guess that is why. That's what they were saying. Because he's been resting while pitching, which is an anomaly, which is a paradox, because usually when you pitch, that's actually that you don't rest. But Ohtani is such a big, bad man that he actually, if he just pitches, that's actually a rest day for him. So they reverse the method and say, you know what, we're going to have you hit because we're playing the Padres and we need to make a statement. And they fucking make a statement. He hits a home run on the very first pitch of the game, then pitches 5 innings, gives up 3 hits, 0 runs. But in the 5th, Dodgers load up the bases, only 1 out. Fernando Tatis Jr. comes at the plate with a chance to tie the game. Doesn't. Hits into a double play. So Fernando Tatis Jr., the streak continues, still has 0 home runs. I was thinking about this yesterday. I don't think it's set into me until recently how crazy that is. That still on May, it's about to be June, 0 home runs for Fernando Tatis Jr. Like, I'm just letting it sink in.
I watched the Padres on Sunday because I was like, there's no way that Tatis ends this week with no homers. He's getting some hits now. He's facing the A's. He came up with like multiple chances to win the game or tie the game. It was like the perfect spot for a homer. Ground out. It just feels like I don't even have a. Yeah, no.
We've been
There's
left
nothing.
speechless.
What are you trying to say?
We've been left speechless.
You guys keep like fully pausing, and I keep thinking something's wrong.
Something is definitely wrong. Fernando Tatis Jr. has 0 home runs on May 26th, bro. He has 0 home runs. Kyle Schwarber has 21 home runs. Fernando Tatis has 0.
You know who has more homers than Fernando Tatis Jr.?
No.
Nick Allen.
Nick Allen.
You know how many homers Nick Allen had last year, Jack?
You want me to guess?
Yeah, I guess.
2.
0.
0.
Damn, that's tough.
Any more?
I had more than that.
Well, you had the same amount as
That's
that.
the homers. Do you know that reference?
No.
No? All right, never mind.
The what?
The homers. Oh, the Marges. You don't know what I'm talking about?
Oh, British people.
Yeah, they're Irish, but yeah.
Oh, Irish people. World Cup coming up. Tatis is just one of 2 players who has played 50 games who does not have a home run. Him and Nasim Nunez on the Nationals. It has been 241 days since Tatis hit a home run. Can he make 365? That would be crazy. But at this point, you kind of expect him not to hit a home run. I remember like a month ago, I was like, I'll hit one this week. Then it's been a month, and you're like, I guess he won't. He will continue not hitting home runs. But he's actually he had a pretty good week, right?
He had a pretty good week. No homers, so his like WRC plus is pretty low. But he did have a 364 batting average, a 462 on base percentage this week and 6 games. But like without a homer, it just feels shallow, you know?
It's a little shallow. Even Shohei Ohtani's a little shallow. I mean, he hasn't been getting as much press. Everyone's talking about Mizorowski. Everyone's talking about Christopher Sanchez. Everyone's talking about, oh, look, Bobby Witt Jr. leads the league in WAR. Actually, no. Shohei Ohtani leads the league in WAR. Pretty sure. 2.73 average with an 855 OPS in May. That's not bad. While also having a .95 ERA in May. Leads the league in WAR, or is tied in WAR. He's up there in WAR. Snell gets the Scooble Scope.
Now we wait and see.
We wait and see. Medical science is advancing right in front of our eyes. I mean, I saw a video of Scooble fucking throwing fucking heaters in the bullpen.
He's like Scherzer. I didn't realize this, but he was pitching a bullpen in full uniform.
He was hot. He was getting excited, you know. Scooble comes back to save the Tigers.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, we'll get back to that later. Anything else you want to add on to the Dodgers?
I mean, they had a good week. I think it's the Dodgers are kind of settling in. They're not, on a long winning streak, but they're just winning series.
Their bullpen went off. Their bullpen had a scoreless streak of 38 innings. That's the longest since 1893. Where were you in 1893?
As long as for the Dodgers franchise.
Okay.
The 2017 Indians had a slightly longer streak.
Is it still active or did it end?
So last night, Ezekiel Tovar hit a home run off of one of their relievers and did the streak at 38 innings.
Playing spoiler, Mr. Tovar. Gotta respect it. So the Dodgers stay hot. They stay in first place. The Padres, they lose 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. However, they win 2 out of 3 against the A's, so they stay about 500 on the week. Second place still. Oh, that was going into the week. So where are they at the division? The Manny Machado continues to struggle as well. So it's not just Tatis. Machado's got the 4th lowest average in MLB, 69 OPS plus. He's never had an OPS plus under 98, which was his rookie year. And you're saying this is concerning in terms of his future pay, 7 years? He's owed $273 million over 7 more years.
The thing is, his contract would have been over after the end of 2028, which I mean is still, 2 seasons away. But the Padres, before Seidler died, renegotiated his contract. And so now it doesn't end until 2033, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, in hindsight, that was didn't seem like they needed to do that at all. I mean, if they had him until 2028 already.
I mean, at the time, I think it was.
I mean, yeah, he was playing well. And I'm not saying he's not going to play this bad I don't want to say that. Definitely Manny Machado right now is not washed. Of course, when you get a player this good, you kind of have to expect to pay for his down years in order to get him to play for your team in the first place, because everyone's going to pay for Manny Machado. I mean, the guy signed that deal in San Diego when he was 26. He was a free agent early. So you kind of had to. But it feels like they just added extra.
They added extra years for. I don't really understand the reason, because they did have him for 5 more seasons, and now they still owe him $273 million.
You know, maybe that will motivate him to turn his season around.
His overall metrics are also not looking great. They're about in line with his actual stats.
Golly. So the Padres need to do better. Still, second place, 2.5 games back. They're a playoff team.
I saw someone tweet that they're the worst 31-22 team of all time.
It is funny. Maybe it's karma from like 2 seasons ago when they didn't make the playoffs, when they had like a positive fucking 100 run differential or something crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know. Are they going to keep it up for the rest of the season?
Well, I think that, if they've gotten away with playing kind of poorly and still having a good record, I would assume Manny Machado plays better. I would assume Jackson Merrill plays better. I would assume Tatis plays better. Like, their 3 best offensive players on paper have played like shit. And that's also with a guy like Jake Cronenworth, who's been hurt and has a 36 OPS plus. Freddie Furman.
Jake Cronenworth has been so bad that the Padres should probably see if he can still pitch.
She said that last episode, dude.
And yeah, we said the stuff about their luck last episode too.
You're becoming hack, dude. You're gonna get roasted in the comments for that, Mitch. He's just running it back, dude. Sounds like a broken record. Come on, Jack, pile on here, dude. Come on. Don't leave me. You're making me look like a bad person. You gotta pile on.
You're gonna peer pressure Jack?
Come on, Jack. What's Yamamoto have to do with this?
I just really wanted to hear the song, and I believe in respecting Mitch.
He doesn't want to be peer pressured.
I do apologize. That was I just lash out because sometimes I don't feel too good about myself.
Is this a therapy session?
No, I'm just, being honest with everybody. Thank you guys for donating to charity. We've matched the donation. We gave 300.
That was not.
Play it out loud, dude.
That was not on purpose.
We gave $342 to charity.
Hell yeah.
How much?
Top that, pussies. 342.
So I had a weird thing going on over here.
You suck.
Yeah, should have donated more, assholes. Anyway, JK. Let's move on to the Jacks Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay Rays have the best record in the American League. Since April 22nd, they are 22-6, have the best record in MLB. They have the 3rd lowest payroll in MLB. This team makes 0 sense. So the Tampa Bay Rays, they have the number 1 pitching staff in MLB by ERA. They only have 1 actual starter on their team. Yes, I said that right. They have 1 starter on this team, traditional starter, and they have the best starting pitching staff in ERA. You may be asking, how do you have the best starting pitching staff and not even have any starters? This is how. They have a guy named Nick Martinez, okay? Nick Martinez, 4.45 ERA last year, hasn't been a full-time starter since 2021. That was when he played in Japan. Hasn't been a full-time starter in MLB since 2017. The Rays get him this year, make him a starter. 1.51 ERA so far this season, 2nd lowest qualified ERA in baseball. We've talked a lot about good pitchers in baseball this year. No one really brings up Nick Martinez, but like I said, 2nd lowest qualified ERA in baseball for the Rays. Steven Matz hasn't been a full-time starter since 2021. He's got a 3.7 ERA. Not too shabby. Shane McClanahan hasn't pitched since 2023. He's been dealing with injuries. 2.52 ERA this year for the Rays. Comes back stronger than ever. Griffin Jacks. What? Hasn't started since 2021. When he did start, he had a 6.37 ERA. The Twins moved him to the bullpen. He had a 4.50 ERA out of the pen for the Twins last season. The Rays say, hey, you suck at starter and you suck at reliever? Come to our team. We'll make you a starter and you'll be amazing. That's exactly what happened. As a starter so far this year, he has a 1.42 ERA for Griffin Jacks. And Drew Rasmussen, this guy had a 5.01 ERA out of the bullpen, was traded to the Rays in 2021. So since getting to the Rays, they made him a starter. He has a 2.70 ERA, has the 2nd lowest ERA in MLB since 2021. And that's just what the Rays do. They take guys who aren't other teams, who suck. They say, come to our team. We're going to make you better. And they become better. He's got a 2.78 ERA this year. So the Rays have used 7 starters this season. Only 1 of them was a full-time starter this year. So even though only 6 of their 7 starters are not even technically starters, in the traditional sense, they have the best starting pitching staff in ERA. It gets crazier for the Rays. Jack, this is going to make you feel so bad. Damn, I should have stuck with my team. I let them go right before they got hot. Look at the metrics, dude. So that Tampa Bay Rays are last in barrel percentage, last in barrels, last in hard hit percentage, last in hard hit balls, last in average exit velocity, and have the 10th best offense in baseball and the best record in the American League. They are 27th in balls in the air percentage. What has everybody said the past 10 years in baseball, Mitchell? What is the analytical strategy?
Launch angle.
Launch angle, hard hit percentage. We don't care if you strike out. If you hit the ball hard, you hit it in the air, we want you on your team, you're going to hit bombs. That's what everyone thought. That's what everyone's doing. That Rays, they say, this is what everyone's doing. Guess what? We found what is the word I'm looking for? Market deficiency. The players who don't hit the ball hard, who don't hit it in the air, are undervalued because everyone in the league wants players who hit the ball hard in the air. The Rays say, we're smarter than you motherfuckers. We're gonna get the players who don't hit the ball hard, who don't hit it in the air. And that's exactly what they did. They're first in contact percentage, second in strikeout percentage. So they don't hit the ball hard, but they don't strike out, and they steal a fuck ton. So they just play small ball now. Everyone thought small ball was dead. The Rays are bringing it back. Third in steals, first in extra bases taken. I bet you didn't even know that was a stat, did you? Mitchell probably.
I did.
Okay, Mitchell, no. But Jack, you didn't know that stat.
What is it? Extra bases taken?
Yeah.
Not stolen bases.
No.
Extra bases.
It's like if there's a runner on first and a batter hits a single. If the runner goes from first to third, that's an extra base taken.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Second in runs via extra bases taken. First in stolen base attempt percentage. Okay? They only have one player slugging over 500. That is Yandy Diaz, who also leads the league in average. So the Rays have totally flipped the script in what an advanced analytic team does. They're just putting the ball in play, playing small ball, took all the relievers, made them starters, and they're just bunting. And Chandler Simpson, do you see Chandler Simpson's stolen base number?
He's not even good.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. It's like weird. They have the best stolen base percentage in league, meaning they're safe, but the guy's been thrown out 8 times and has stolen, 14 successful times?
It's like a 63% success rate, which is really bad for MLB standards. But that just means everyone else who's stealing bases on the Rays is really good.
Doesn't surprise me.
Cedric Mullins has 10 stolen bases to 15 caught stealing.
Brother, I mean, they got Junior Caminero, who's like an all-around big star guy, right? The guy can hit for power, hit 40 home runs last year, all-around beast. Everyone else on their team is a little slap hitter, what's the word? A little bit of a grinder. I mean, Yandy Diaz is a big jacked guy, but it's always hit for average, not really hit for a lot of power.
He hits the ball really hard, but he always hits it like straight into the ground. He's never figured out the launch angle. I think for years people have said if Yandy Diaz can figure out how to hit the ball in the air, he's going to be a really good player. And then he doesn't figure out how to hit the ball in the air. And guess what? He's a really good player anyway. So I don't know how he does it, but every year he's been, since 2022, he's been well above average as a hitter without hitting homers.
They going to trade him?
Not at this point.
He's having a career, dude. Might as well trade him. I don't know. He's their DH. Yandy Diaz will stay. He's a Rays for life. He's their longest tenured player for sure.
2019.
Respect. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect the Rays. Jack, I will give you an opportunity. You want to jump back on the team?
I'll put it this way, dude. If they're going to the World Series, I'm coming in full uniform for the whole time.
Pants? You go Ungzuna?
Nobody would know if I was wearing the pants, but yeah, I'll know. So yeah, I'm a man of my word.
Cleats?
Yep.
Metal spikes or rubber spikes?
Metal spikes.
Okay.
Wow.
Might have to wear little booties on them. Little footy booties.
You don't want to scratch up the floor in here.
Don't want to scratch up the floor.
Well, shout out to Jack's Rays. They beat the Baltimore Orioles. 18 hits in game 1. They take off their shirts in game 2, went 4-1. Then they do a double steal off on game 3, sweep the Baltimore Orioles. Then they play the big, bad Yankees. They split a 2-game series against the Yankees, had a little bit of a rain situation, so they only played 2 games. And they end the week in first place, 3.5 games up of the big bag Yankees. 10.5 games up of the Blue Jays, who continue to falter. And then it gets even worse from there. The Baltimore Orioles, and the Boston Red Sox. Last place Boston Red Sox. But let's start with the Yankees, man. Garrett Cole returned. Did you like what you saw?
The stat sheet that I saw afterwards, I did like what I saw, but I didn't actually watch his start.
How'd you miss him? He's huge now.
What did you like what you saw?
Sorry, I'm thinking a way to fat shame him just because that's how my brain works. Because the joke was because he's gaining a little weight. That how did you miss him? He's taking up the whole screen. I liked what I saw out of Cole. He had a strong start, man. I saw that Jazz made that sick play to double off the runner, and Garrett Cole gave him the finger point. Good job, kid. I believe they lost that game, but Garrett Cole went strong. You're gonna have to remind me on the stat line.
They did lose that game. They lost 2-4. It was against the Rays. You're gonna lose against the Rays.
You gotta lose
6
against the
scoreless
Rays.
innings. Pretty good start. He only struck out 2 batters, but I checked his fastball velo because that's kind of the first thing you do when a pitcher's coming back from Tommy John. And he actually threw harder in this start than his average in 2024.
Yeah, I did see that. I mean, he touched 100 in the minors in his last rehab start. Was averaging what, 97 in this game?
He averaged 96.2. In 2024, his average fastball velo was 95.9.
Not too bad. That's got to be top. That's still what? That's elite. If you're averaging 96 as a starter, what would that would rank him? That would put him in the top, let's say top 20. So Garrett Cole, how old is Garrett Cole right now?
35.
35 for Garrett Cole. Yankees could use him because Fried's on the IL. Is there any real update on Fried?
The last thing I saw was that he wasn't allowed to throw still.
So not too great for him. Clark Schmidt is out for the season. Rodon has not been hot for them. Obviously, we got Cam Schlittler leading the league and everything. But, then you just got Ryan Will. You're really relying on Schlittler, Will Warren, and Ryan Weathers right now. So Garrett Cole would be a big shot in the arm for the Yankees, who have not played that well recently. Not at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't even remember this, but they had a 3-7 skid over the last 10 games coming into the week, and then they went 500 this week.
Well, they had to play the big bad Rays. Luckily, they get to face the Royals right now. That should be easy. And then the Athletics at Sutter. So maybe that's when they will wake the fuck back up. Aaron Judge hit a walk-off home run last night. Aaron Judge, you might be asking, what's he been up to? I don't know. Basically leading the league in home runs other than Schwarber and Murakami. 17 home runs for Judge. Damn, right behind him is Byron Buxton.
Buxton has had a crazy, month span where he's just hit homers, and then he had a brief injury bug. But
Well, what? No.
Buxton missed like 4 games.
Well, don't look now, but aren't the Twins are a playoff team right now, aren't they?
Yeah, I put that in the doc. I couldn't believe what I saw.
They're 2 games under 500, but the Minnesota Twins right now, if the season ended today, would be in the playoffs. They deserve it. They got a positive run differential.
Aaron Judge has had a pretty cold stretch. Before he hit the walk-off homer against the Rays on Sunday, he was in this 11-game stretch where he hit 167 with a 214 slugging. No homers, no RBIs, just 2 extra base hits. So that extra the home run ended in 11-game skid without a home run.
Not very judgy and like the offense. I mean, dude, the Yankees rank 4th in runs. They rank 3rd in starters ERA, 11th in relief pitching. So it's not like the relief pitching is that bad. So, it's not like they're having a terrible season. You just feel a little bad because they were in first place. Now they're not. 3.5 games up. But I don't think there's anything majorly concerning about the Yankees. I mean, Jazz Chisholm's wearing baggy pants now, stealing people's pants and bat. He's actually gotten hot. He's up to a league average hitter. Shout out to him. Ben Rice has cooled down a bit, but still leads the league in slugging. Ben Rice is legit. They sent down Spencer Jones. Don't like that. But then you got Cody Bellinger, 8.63 OPS. Shout out to the Yankees. Anything else on the Yankees?
No, I think that's it.
What about the Red Sox? Are you excited? Are you excited what the Red Sox are doing right now? I mean, they did sweep the Royals. Started off hot. Swept the Royals, held the Royals to 5 runs the entire series. I mean, maybe the Royals are just the worst team in the MLB, man. We just have to like.
We haven't talked about them yet, but like the Tigers have been so bad over the last 2.5 weeks, and then you check on the Royals, and they've been equally bad.
So the Red Sox hold the Royals to 5 runs the entire series. I believe they briefly got up to 3rd place. Their bullpen allowed 0 runs all series. Sonny Gray had a great start, struck out 9 on Monday. Ranger Suarez allowed 1 run early, had the worst start, but still got a quality start. And they fuck up the Royals, and then they get fucked up by the Twins. So they spoil that one up. But hey, I mean, the Twins are a playoff team, so it's not even that embarrassing.
Right now, if you're in the American League and you have a 500 record, you are in a playoff spot.
And unfortunately for the Red Sox, you are still not in a playoff spot. Maybe they fire their manager and they turn this thing around. What do you think?
Second time's a charm.
Is it time to move on?
I mean, Breslow did say that it was a temporary thing. They weren't going to remove the interim manager label from Chad Tracy's title.
Brian Snicker's available.
Has a team ever fired 2 managers in the same season?
I'm going to say probably, but I don't think it's happened in a while. Yay. You got to think outside the box in today's landscape. You got to be disruptive. And the Red Sox have been the Red Sox. Sweep the Royals, but then get swept by the Twins. Still better than the Blue Jays, so they split a series. Well, I guess the Blue Jays have played all right this week. They beat the Pirates at least.
It's because of Patrick Corbin.
You got to respect Patrick Corbin. Break down the Patrick Corbin stat line.
So on Saturday or Friday, Mike Petriello of MLB.com tweeted, "My God, Saturday's matchup has to be the all-time biggest disparity in stuff in history." Then Patrick Corbin goes out. He outduels Paul Skeens. He induced 15 swings and misses compared to Paul Skeens' 7.
Ooh, Paul.
Paul Skeens allowed 4 runs over 5 innings, allowed 9 hits, a homer, and struck out 2, while Corbin had 7 strikeouts, allowing 1 run. I still can't believe that happened.
Hey, man, you know why? It was in Canada, and Paul Skeens is such an American, he couldn't stomach pitching.
But I feel like, Patrick Corbin is also a big Patriot type.
That is true.
And him pitching in Canada probably breaks his soul a little bit.
That's true. He golfed with Trump. Oh, he only does good if it's Trump, right?
Yeah, I mean, his ERA is like 2 runs lower if Trump's in office.
So, hey, it's still working out. I mean, every time someone tries to shoot this guy, his heart drops. If someone assassinates Trump, that would probably be the most consequential result to that. Is Patrick Corbin's probably going to have to get DFA'd. I don't know if he's going to have to.
Who was it that would always hit a bomb after some sort of...
Castellanos.
Yeah.
Nick Castellanos. Anyway, speaking of tragedies, Vladdy Jr.'s fat ass is on the IL. Sorry for calling him fat. I honestly have fat shamed 2 people this episode, and he's not even really that fat, dude. Is he on the IL?
No, he left the game early, but
is Dylan Cease on the IL?
Dylan Cease is on the IL.
Because that would be even more consequential, because Vladdy Jr. really hasn't done too much this year. Dylan Cease has. He's carried that pitching staff.
So he went on the Cease went on the IL with a hamstring injury. They didn't say how severe that hamstring injury was. So that could be anywhere from 15 days to 2 months,
I'm going to guess. What are you going to guess?
I'm going to go 20 days.
20 days. So they're injured list right now on that starting pitching staff. Max Scherzer, he's injured. Cody Ponce, he's injured out for the season. Bowden Francis, he's injured out for the season. Luzardo Estrada, injured. Dylan Cease, injured. Shane Bieber, injured. Jose Barrios, injured. I thought Bieber and Barrios were supposed to be back.
Barrios needed Tommy John. He's done for the season.
Oh. About Bieber.
He had his first rehab start yesterday.
Shane
Or
Bieber.
Sunday, I guess.
First name, last name. Shane Bieber. Always in the fast lane. Shane Bieber. God respect it. But yeah, these boys are banged up, man. I'm starting to get worried. I will be honest. I'm starting to get worried for the boys. Toronto boys.
The thing about the Blue Jays is they've had a bad season, especially from a team that was in the World Series, that was IKF lead away from winning the World Series.
Also, with the Drake album coming out, you'd expect a better week.
I mean, Vladdy's the only Canadian on this team. Maybe it doesn't, sink in.
That's true, but it's Toronto. Did you like the new Drake album?
I have not heard it.
Oh. You didn't do your fucking research? Again.
I wasn't on the docket,
I think it's.
Did
okay.
no one listen to the Drake album?
I listened to it.
Okay.
Maybe probably not all of it, but it's all right.
Give your thoughts.
It's okay. I like every Drake album. Some of the songs are absolutely garbage, and then there's a couple good ones. There's like a couple hits.
Can't all be hits.
Can't all be.
Drake.
He's over here freezing everything. He's freezing everything around the world.
Oh, yeah?
He's freezing the fucking
He's always doing some
Space Needle, whatever the
He's
fuck.
always doing crazy stuff like that, man.
You didn't see the ice stuff?
Yeah, I saw some of that. Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Ice, man. But Mitchell, go on. We cut you off talking about Drake. Drake?
I mean, that was it on the Blue Jays that I had. They pretty midweek. I got, one game above 500 for the week. Savage had a good start. Kevin Gausman, I don't think people talk enough about how he might be one of the best free agent signings of the 2020s. He signed with the Blue Jays back in 2022, and he started at least 31 games in every single season. Never had an ERA above 3.8. Very consistent. This year, he's at a 3.23 ERA, final year of his contract. He was a guy who didn't look like he was going to make it out of the 2010s because he was so bad.
The one that got away.
Yeah.
Braves legend. Orioles legend, too. Speaking of the Orioles, another bird team. They get swept by the Rays. That would be a good fight, right? An Oriole versus a Ray? Yeah, right, dude. A Ray would beat the Oriole up every time. Birds can't even be in the water like that. They go in for a bird bath, they get fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Not like that. They can't.
Hell no. So this is a quote from Mitchell. Trevor Rogers comes off the IL from the flu and still sucks. You justify that statement for me, bro?
I will. So Trevor Rogers, he started the year with a 189 ERA in his first 3 starts. Then he went and allowed, I think, 20 runs in his next 3. Then he went on the IL with the flu.
Oh, my gosh.
And then since coming back from the flu, he has allowed 17 earned runs. He has a 12.41 ERA and his 3 starts back from
What
the
is
flu.
the anti-vax? You didn't get the flu shot, buddy? Did you get the flu shot this year?
Didn't.
Oh, risking it. Me neither. We could, fuck.
We're just
We go down with the Bradish flu. Oh, my gosh. We can miss a couple episodes. If we go on a 15-day IL, that's 2 episodes missed. 2 weeks.
Jack's gonna have to hold down the fort.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, he's vaccinated. He's fucking barely put his sentence together. But yeah, I feel like he was kind of holding up that starting staff for a while to start the season, but now you look at it, he's the worst starter on the team. 6.96 ERA for Trevor Rogers, and the team as a whole, deja vu all over again. Worst starting pitching staff in the league, second to last, 29th in ERA, 29th in whip, 26th in walks per 9. They don't strike anybody out, and they give up a shit ton of hits. What does that lead to? A lot of runs allowed. Also, the 28th worst defense.
Thankfully, they got to play the Tigers this weekend.
That helps. Yes, they beat the Tigers 2 out of 3 against the Tigers.
2 out of 3 against the Tigers. On Sunday, they had a doubleheader. Colton Cowser comes up. He had a 524 OPS for the season. Goes down 0-2 in the count. Runners on second and third, they're down 1. And then he hits a 440-foot home run, walk-off homer.
Because we moose for Cowser.
I still can't believe this guy finished second in Rookie of the Year voting.
And guess what happened the next day?
What happened?
The freaking Orioles play the Rays, hottest team in baseball. And what do? Back-to-back Cowser grand slam. Back-to-back Cowser walk-off home runs. So 2 walk-off home runs in a row for the Orioles.
Well, technically, it was a doubleheader. Game 1, Cowser hits the walk-off homer. game 2, the Tigers actually won a game. Back-to-back days.
Back-to-back days.
But unfortunately not back-to-back games.
Wow. They fucked us with a technicality. I guess it's not even a technicality. But back-to-back days with a walk-off home run for Cowser. Respect. Respect. Hey. Are we sleeping on Adley Rutschman?
Yes.
Because Adley Rutschman's kind of in the MVP conversation.
You put him up there in the MVP discussions?
No, he's not in the MVP conversation, but, you know, as someone who kind of came up as like, this could be the best catcher in the past decade, and then kind of had a couple down years, people slept on him a little bit, but he's returned to a great offensive player, which is interesting. Has his defense gotten worse? Because I feel like if you have an 803 OPS and you're catching consistently, you should have more than a 1.1 WAR, but he does not.
I mean, Baseball Reference WAR doesn't do the best when it comes to catchers.
They don't respect the catching position.
They don't. But even on Fangraphs, he's at 1.5 WAR. Part of that is just plate appearances. He's not going to have the same bulk as players like Bobby Witt Jr., who have 70 more plate appearances, 80 more plate appearances, but it looks like his defense has just kind of been average this year.
Okay. And Jackson Holiday comes off the IL. Not good so far.
They have him playing third base, sort of. I'm not really sure what their plan is for Jackson Holiday. He did hit a homer, so that helps him out a little bit. But yeah, not a great start. 6 games. You can't really read too much into 6 games, but
No, I don't really read anyway.
133 average, 333 slugging. Not a great start.
Pick it up. You're going to need to pick it up if you're the Orioles. There's another team that did pick it up. They were like the Orioles. They have the worst starting pitching staff, just like the Orioles. Maybe one of the only pitching staffs worse than the Orioles. That would be the Astros. But boy, do they have a fucking weird week. So the Astros have the worst ERA in baseball. They have 6 starting pitchers all on the injured list. They have a 6-man rotation. 2 of the 6 pitchers, only 2 of the 6 pitchers have pitched more than 35 innings last season. So a starting staff of pure dog shit. They faced the Chicago Cubs, who we all know as a pretty explosive offense till recently. Spencer Arrighetti goes 5 innings, 0 earned runs. Didn't have a single start where he gave up 0 earned runs last year. This is his second outing in a row. Kai Wang Tang of Taiwan goes 6 innings, 0 runs allowed against the Cubs. He had a 6.37 ERA in his rookie year for the Giants last season. He has a 2.19. So this guy from Taiwan, Kai Wang Tang, actually has been amazing this year for the Astros, coming out of nowhere. Peter Lambert, who has a career 5.93 ERA, gets a win versus the Cubs. They sweep the Cubs, hold them to 7 runs all series. Now, this is the worst pitching staff in baseball, mind you, and they're all hurt. They got a guy named Tatsui Imai, big name out of Japan this year, signed $54 million contract over 3 years. So far, terrible, all right? So his first 3 starts, 7.27 ERA. In his third start, he could only record 1 out, left the game and told the media, quote, "I'm not able to adjust to the American lifestyle and baseball in or outside of baseball. I'm not able to adjust to the American lifestyle, baseball, and outside of baseball." So he's having a tough time in America. He gets shelled, goes down to the minors, went to the minors, gives up 5 earned runs in 2 innings in a AA game, then pitches again, walks 5 batters in just 3 innings in another minor league game. So he gets shelled in the minor leagues. They still call him back up. He returns in the majors, gives up 6 runs in 4 innings. So it just, everything is going wrong for this guy. In his next start, can't get out of the 4th inning, gives up 3 more earned runs. So Tatsui Imai, with pitchers with a minimum of 15 innings, highest ERA in baseball, highest walk percentage in baseball. On Monday, though, 6 innings pitched, walks 4 batters, only strikes out 2, but gives up 0 hits for Tatsui Imai. They take him out of the 6th, bring in Steven Okert. He has a scoreless 7th. Then they bring in a guy named Alimber Santa. Ho, ho, ho. They have a guy named Santa, not to be confused with Big Christmas, another Dominican powerhouse with a Christmas name. But Alimber Santa, He has never pitched in an MLB game in his career. They bring him in during a combined no-hitter. He gets a ground ball, another ground ball, and a line out. So a 1, 2, 3 inning in his first MLB inning. They bring him out again in the second inning. So in the 9th inning of a no-hitter, he comes out in his first game. No pitcher in MLB history has finished a no-hitter as a reliever in their first MLB game. The last time any rookie has participated in a no-hitter was 134 years ago when Bumpus Jones did it in 1892. But here comes a limber Santa, gets Jock Peterson to pop up, breaks Alejandro Ozuna's bat, and he just needs one more out for the no-hitter. Strikes out Brandon Nimmo. So this week, the Houston Astros, who came in with the worst pitching staff in baseball, like by far, 2.66 ERA this week, give up just 18 runs, win 4 games in a row for the Astros, and throw a combined no-hitter.
And that's the first no-hitter since 2024.
Wow, really?
Yeah, there were no no-hitters last year.
Gotta respect it, man. Shout out to Bumpus Jones.
Also, did you see Santa's belt?
No.
He's wearing a Santa belt that has the Dominican flag on it.
Ho, ho,
That's
ho.
tough. That's tough.
Hey, you making a thumbnail?
I am making a
Do
thumbnail.
Cubs. The Cubs suck.
Do the Cubs sucking?
Yeah, that's what's going to be the title.
Okay, yeah, I figured as much.
Okay,
I thought you were going to say something about Santa or something.
Yeah,
We're breaking-
that's the thumbnail, Santa belt.
We're breaking the fourth wall right now. Okay, you got that. I didn't know. Because we didn't start with that topic. I didn't know.
Yeah, I was either that or Tarps Off. Just a bunch of shirtless guys.
Hey, let's see. We could do a photo shoot out back. Us three.
Let's do it, dude.
The thing about Outback is we can't actually get Outback.
Oh, yeah, there isn't really an Outback.
We'll get out front.
We'll go to an Outback.
Steakhouse. No free ads, bro. Speaking of ads, we got to do an ad. An advertisement.
For whom?
For Seat Geek. I am so excited to see. Guess who I'm going to see soon, I think?
Who?
A band. Starts with an S. The
Strokes.
Strokes. Live. You going to go, Mitch?
I've been thinking about it.
Pussy.
But I don't know. I didn't really look at tickets.
Well, maybe you can now. Seat Geek. This is where I get all my tickets. Talk about wanting to get out of the house, needing something to do, a gift idea. Seat Geek. Come on, baby. They got the best deals on Seat Geek, baby. This is why I want to give today's sponsor a special shout out to Seat Geek. I used them last week. Went to the Nats game. Sat in the upper decks. $5 Tuesday. Cheap. Tickets weren't $5, weren't that cheap, but tell you what, still a freaking good deal. Over 35 million downloads for SeatGeek, the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek. So come on, guys. It's not just sports. It's concerts, it's festivals, it's plenty more. MLB is in full swing. Don't forget about the NBA and NHL playoffs. They're here. NFL schedule is coming out soon. Get them early, guys. And if you really want to be a beast, World Cup is officially on SeatGeek, guys. And with SeatGeek being MLB's official ticket marketplace, your tickets are fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. I love using SeatGeek. Like I said, you got any good examples of you guys using SeatGeek?
Whenever the Braves are in town, I'll just be on SeatGeek seeing the deal score, and if there's a 10 like the 10 amazing deal, and it's like front row 100 levels, I hit send on that right away.
Hit send. You gotta send it. Yeah, that is a nice thing about SeatGeek. They do like give you like a nice little, if it's a good deal or bad deal. They're pretty open about that. They rate each ticket on a scale of 1 to 10. So like I said, it's a good deal, and it's a bad deal. Green means good. Look for the green dots. Red means bad. Stay away from the red dots. But try to get a green dot. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. So come on, boys and girls. It's time to get out there and see some events. Go to SeatGeek. Now's the perfect time to do it. I got a code for y'all. Use code PDE10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That is 10% off any tickets with promo code PDE10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app, have the code automatically added to your account. That will have the code automatically added to your account. Then you can also use it later. So you don't need to use it right now, but go ahead, use that click that thing below and secure 10% off your ticket. Do it right now, please. Do it right now. Because, even if you don't want to go to the event now, you can get it for later. Just click the freaking link below, download the link. Please, we need this, guys.
Code PDE10 on screen now.
Code.
Link in the bio.
Do it.
Description.
Do it.
Do it.
And moving on to the Athletics. The Athletics are in first place. Yes, I said that right. The Athletics of Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas are in first place. And it ain't like they just got in first place today. They've been in first place for 36 days this year. You might know how rare that is for them?
I don't even remember the last time they weren't in first place this year.
Well, I'll tell you what, in 2025, they only were in first place for 2 days. And that was March 28th and 29th. That didn't even count. 2024, they weren't in first place 0 days. 2023, they were in first place 1 day. That was in March. And in 2022, they were in first place 1 day. That was April 19th. So since 2022, that is 4 seasons, they spent a full 4 days in first place. This year, they spent 36 days in first place. So they found a new home up there in first place. And they found a new home in Sutter Park. I mean, this no one gives that park credit for being it's basically Coors Field.
It's like the offensive powerhouse of the AL West.
It's fucking tearing their pitching staff apart. So their pitching staff at home, 5.52 ERA. That's the worst in MLB. On the road, they have a 3.48 ERA. So they have the 5th best pitching staff when they're on the road in normal ballparks. Makes you think maybe they actually are a normal pitching staff. On the year as a whole, they're not a great pitching staff. That's been their weakness. Let's see where they rank. 22nd in starters ERA. But like I said, 5th best starters ERA when they're not pitching at Sutter Park. Luis Severino, who's had a pretty good year, 5.55 ERA at home, 3.38 away. Jeffrey Springs, 4.80 at home, 3.60 away. Savali, he's the only guy who's actually withstood the turbulence at home, 3.48 at home, and a 3.19 away. And JT Ginn, oh my God, they're fucking this guy over at home. 5.21 ERA at home, 1.67 away ERA. So I tell you what, man, it's hard to really judge this team because the ballpark factor is a real issue. Since opening, it is the 2nd most offensive-friendly stadium behind Coors, 2nd most runs, 4th most hits, 2nd most hits, and 4th most home runs. At home, and this is their offense, same thing. They have the best OPS in baseball at their home park. Away, they rank 25th. So they have an OPS 100 points lower when they are on the road. And it's funny, like as a whole, this whole offense is really just a few players. Shea Langoliers, Carlos Cortez, and Nick Kurtz, all 3 of them, insanely good seasons. So as a team, they have a 6.6 WAR as a whole team. Those 3 players have 5.8 WAR. So essentially, 3 players make up 90% of their entire offensive production. They have 80 RBIs amongst the 3. That is 36% of the team's runs were driven in by these 3 guys. Very good 3 guys. And Nick Kurtz is the best out of all of them. Nick Kurtz on base streak is now 48 games. He just surpassed Mark McGwire for the longest athletic single season on base streak, leads the league in walks, leads the league in on base percentage, and is walking 21.7% of the time. Pretty insane. It's a hot and cold team. So 4 players in their lineup have a negative WAR. That's basically half their lineup has a negative WAR, and 1/3 of the opening day roster is on the IL. But hey, what? First place, what? First place, what? Shout out to the Athletics, man. You got anything on the big bad A's?
I think the thing that's jumping off on the page to me is that Nick Kurtz has 6 stolen bases. So he walks and he steals bases.
He walks and he runs.
The other thing is that Carlos Cortez has not played the infield yet, and that is killing me.
Why? Oh, because he's a switch fielder?
I feel like of all the things in baseball this season, that's the only thing I want.
Why? Because you want to see him throw with his right hand?
It's the novelty. He played the infield last year, but he didn't see any balls hit to him. So he still hasn't become the first switch thrower to field a ball with both hands.
Well, isn't there another guy?
There's Anthony Siegler, who plays for the Red Sox, but he hasn't played in the majors this year. both him and Ziegler, Cortez and Ziegler, have pitched in the major leagues, and they did not switch pitch either, which is a bummer to me.
Pussy shit. They probably don't have. They had to bring out 2 gloves.
Yeah, I don't think they've got the Pat Vendetti glove.
But you think they would? You know what I'm saying? They've probably been switch throwers forever.
Yeah, I mean,
You're a major league player. It wouldn't be that hard to get someone to make you one of those. Mitchell, let's get on that.
we need to send it to Cortez.
If there's anyone who knows somebody who has a 6-finger glove or knows how to makes a 6-finger glove, you get in touch with us. We'll get in touch with one of these guys. We'll act as the middleman, and we'll get the BDE logo on it, or not, maybe not. But we will get them a glove so the next time they come into the game to pitch, they can do switch pitch.
So our BDE merch is no hats, no shirts, no stickers, 6-finger glove.
6-finger gloves is the one thing we're selling.
Why'd we even sell shirts when everybody's just taking them off anyway, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
We should start
Temporary
selling-
tattoos.
Ooh, that's fun. Why not real tattoos?
I don't
Yeah.
think we can sell real tattoos.
We're still waiting for the first real BDE tattoo.
I mean, there might be somebody out there
I
who got a
think- I
BDE
think-
tattoo like 3 years ago.
I feel like I would have seen that. I don't think anyone's getting a BDE tattoo without sending me a picture.
Maybe they're a big fan. They got the tattoo, but they've been too shy to show you.
That's what I'm hoping for. But the Rays, the A's, the Rays are in first place. Both them together combined for a great, fun, low cost, highly
Production.
cost efficient teams. There's nothing more than I like a nice, high cost efficient baseball. Okay, your team's good, but are they affordable? In this economy with the gas prices, I want to make sure my team's affordable. I don't want my players getting paid too much. You know, you end up like a Anthony Rendon situation. Speaking of gas, the Mariners. Tell me something about the Mariners, Mitchell. Tell me something I don't know.
I mean, do you know that Cole Emerson debuted?
They hit a home run.
He had a 4-hit game on Sunday, and the Mariners still lost.
Ooh.
Luis Castillo came out of the bullpen for
Yeah.
the first time in his career, and he's not happy about that.
Well, I mean, they're doing some weird thing with their pitching staff. Because they just had what's-his-face not be happy about it either. Bryce Miller came out of the pen. So I would thought, okay, Luis Castillo's coming out of the bullpen because they have 6 pitchers now, 6 pitchers, 6 starting pitchers. So they're going to remove the weakest link and put him in the bullpen, which would be Luis Castillo this year because he's had a tough year. Now, Luis Castillo, Luis Castillo's been like pretty much their ace. I mean, I don't know who was the opening day starter this year, but I mean, how many years has he started opening day for the Mariners? Probably the past 5 years. It's probably most years he's the opening day starter.
I mean, the Mariners have had great pitching, though, so I don't know.
But Luis Castillo's been a great pitcher. That's the only point I'm trying to make. So I don't know. Maybe that was a mute point trying to say who was the opening day starter. Either way, Luis Castillo being put in the bullpen was pretty crazy to me. But then on Bryce Miller's coming out of the bullpen on Sunday. So I guess they're kind of like rotating them. I don't know. Do you know the plan?
Yeah, I think they were a little afraid of Sacramento, honestly, yesterday. So they're playing the A's this week. They had a piggyback situation with Luis Castillo and Bryce Miller. And Castillo pitched 4 innings. He didn't allow a run in Sacramento, but he came out of the game and was pissed off. He's in the dugout. He's throwing his jacket around.
Bryce Miller?
Castillo.
Oh, after he came out of the pen.
So Castillo started yesterday, but then he came out of the bullpen the game before that. And I
So
think
he came
Castillo
out-
was thinking, I've pitched so well already. Just let me keep going. And the Mariners had a plan. Bryce Miller spoke about it after the game. And I don't think the Mariners are a fan of, the pitchers are not a fan of the coaching staff's plan.
Yeah. So Luis Castillo starts the game on Sunday.
Monday.
On Monday. He starts on Monday. So yesterday.
Right. But he had come out of the pen the game before
that, like on Sunday.
No, like his previous game.
Yeah. So he starts on Monday. So then why is he mad? Because he didn't get to pitch more than.
I think in his head he's thinking I'm a starting pitcher. I've only thrown 68 pitches. It's the 4th inning, and I'm pitching really well.
So they took him out in the 4th inning.
And they took him out after the 4th inning.
And bring in another starter, Bryce Miller, out of the bullpen. Now, Bryce Miller was also upset that they brought him out of the bullpen. I guess maybe not as visibly upset, but they interviewed him after the game. He said, it's a little uncomfortable pitching this way. That being said, the numbers don't exactly lie. So this week, the Mariners have the top pitching staff in the league by WAR, and they have the 6th best ERA. So maybe they're onto something. Facts don't care about your feelings, Luis Castillo. Hate to break it to you, Mariners fans, Mariners pitchers. You haven't exactly been lights out this year. 10th best starting pitchers by ERA, which is good. But, you know, the Mariners on paper should be top 5. IMO. So maybe this is the method. Maybe this is the new method that everyone's going to start doing. Piggybacking. Doing like a 6-man rotation, but the 6th man also is a bullpen pitcher sometimes. Could be cool.
I mean, the Braves are kind of doing that with Martin Perez.
Yeah, the only difference is, like, I'm sure a lot of teams kind of do this, but it's the Mariners, all their starters are like good starters. Like there's no obvious choice to put a guy in a bullpen. You got Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, Brian Wu, Luis Castillo, Emerson Hancock, who has had, I think, been their best starter this year is Hancock. So you don't want to put him in the bullpen, but all the rest of those guys are former All-Stars.
I think with Castillo, he's been one of the worst pitchers in baseball by ERA. So before he made his bullpen debut, he had a 6.34 ERA over 44 innings, which is just not going to play.
No.
So I think right now the Mariners' thoughts are Bryce Miller, he's only recently come back, I believe, from injury. They can keep his innings down by pairing him with Castillo. And then with Castillo, they might have some metric on like how he's done 3rd time through the order or something. I haven't pulled up the splits yet, but maybe Seattle's thinking, hey, we want to ease Bryce Miller back into the rotation. Luis Castillo's been bad. Maybe we'll just pair them, and they have the flexibility in their bullpen to do that.
They definitely do, but they're going to have to deal with some disgruntled pitchers.
And it's an expensive disgruntled pitcher. Castillo's making $24 million this year.
I also believe that he's going to a free agent season.
No, he's got 2 years.
Okay, dude, you really have to fact check everything.
I was looking at this today. I was seeing how much Castillo was making.
He's such a dick, dude.
Unless he doesn't fact check something.
And then that's
what
the
the
problem.
fuck were you thinking?
I'm not gonna. The thing is, people were like, "I can't believe Mitchell didn't fact check Joey," and it's like, if I fact check a misspeak, it just ruins the whole flow of the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, he hits us after.
We don't actually leave this place.
Nor should you.
That's why I have to wear these glasses to cover the black eyes.
Nor should you, bro. What are you doing over there? I thought you were about to eat your
No, I'm
glasses.
cleaning them.
All right. Well, that's enough for the frickin' Mariners who have disappointed me all this year. But I honestly, no offense to Luis Castillo, I know you've earned it. You've had a great MLB career. You've been your ace. But I think the Mariners got to do some switch it up a little bit. There was some pitching chaos at it. I like trying to, get creative. 6-man rotation. You're a starter and you're a bullpen pitcher. How about this? You're just a pitcher. Whatever happened to being a pitcher? You know what I'm saying? If you're a real pitcher, you go starter, you go reliever, you go closer, you might go opener.
Yeah, whatever happened to pitchers starting, 70 games a year, pitching 9 innings a game?
And going in and out of the bullpen on their off days.
It's like we've lost the art form.
We've lost it, and we won't get it back unless we fight for our right to pitch more. The Rangers, speaking of pitchers, name 2 pitchers on the Rangers.
Mackenzie Gore, Nathan Eovaldi.
Boom. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Don't forget about Kumar Rocker, the rock star, they're calling him. 7 2/3 scoreless innings. After they bring in an opener for him, is that disrespectful? That's former best pitcher in college baseball.
I know, but with Rocker, he's not like Luis Castillo. With Luis Castillo, using an opener might be disrespectful to Castillo, but Rocker, he's still trying to make it in MLB.
Is Kumar Rocker related to John Rocker?
No.
Oh,
I don't think,
did we fact check that?
not on Baseball Reference.
This
I
guy
think it'd be
never
pretty
fact
crazy.
checks, dude. It's unbelievable. Anyway, he lowered his ERA to 3.6. He's got a 360 ERA. That's some skateboarding stuff. Every time someone's got a 360 or a 720, you got to go. You got to go. That's skateboard numbers. Guy's putting up skateboard numbers. 3.6 ERA. Rangers scored 10 runs on 16 hits. Don't sleep on Jock Peterson. So he goes 4-5. He didn't even start the game. Golly.
Jock Peterson has a 113 OPS plus.
That surprises me.
Didn't he start the season like 0 for 30?
Wasn't that last season?
I thought that was this season. I thought he started the season terribly, and then
He
Ben started chirping at him, and then he hit a home run, and he was like saying something to the crowd, even though he was hitting.
I'm pretty sure.
0.59.
Wasn't that last year? I mean,
This year he started off the season.
he had a bad start both years for sure.
0 for 15, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, maybe Jock Peterson has turned it up a notch, baby. Power's the last thing to go, Jock. 4 for 5 for that, my boy. But I didn't even know this happened. I would open with this. You got swept by the fucking Angels?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Well, the Angels fans have kind of changed the course of the Angels season. They were probably So the Cardinals, started the Tarps Off movement, but the Angels have kind of reinvented it into a protest.
But it's like kind of counterintuitive. If the protest to get the guy to sell the team is making the team better, you want the team to be bad so he sells the team. If the team's doing good, he's going to keep the team. So, I mean, who's winning here? We all lose.
I think Art Moreno wins no matter what, right?
Well, yeah, but it hurts his feelings.
Does it though?
It would hurt. I don't know. It would hurt my feelings. I think billionaires still have feelings. I can put myself in their shoes. I think it would hurt my feelings if you went to the stadium and you work so hard. I mean, he fucking built that stadium with his fucking bare hands. Dude.
It was just him.
He went out there, him and his dad, bro, and they put all those seats in there and they worked their tail off all winter long, make sure that this stadium opened and they had enough hot dogs for everybody. And they get a bunch of rowdy frickin' kids up there in section 3 fucking 20. Smoked a little bit of pot probably before the game. Okay, got up in there, got rowdy, took their shirts off and started chanting, sell the team, and Artie sucks. I think that's going to hurt your feelings a little bit. Now, I get it. You get the money, you get the ticket sales, yada, 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 but you don't like to be chanted that you suck.
They don't suck. They just faced Jacob deGrom, Nathan Eovaldi, and Mackenzie Gore, and they swept the Rangers.
Gotta respect it. So they get swept by the Athletics, lose 4 in a row to the Athletics, then turn around and say, you know what? We're down, but we're not out. Sorry, they do not get swept by the Athletics. They lose 3 out of 4 to the Athletics.
They were about to get no hit, and that was the game that they won.
And then they hit. When they turn a no-hitter into a hitter. So, yeah, what was it? Who was pitching for the...
So the A's had JT Jen on the mound. He goes...
At home or away?
He's in Los Angeles or Anaheim.
So he's going to do good.
And he had a no-hitter going into the 9th inning. He allowed a single to... Adam Frazier? And then Zach Neto, a few pitches later, hits a walk-off homer. And that was the second hit of the game.
Respect. And what is this I'm hearing about a bug takeover?
There was just a bug takeover at home plate. They had to bring out a exterminator with the pesticides or whatever.
So I believe so far this year for the Anaheim, are they the new Athletics? Because they had a mouse situation, right? They had a rat situation up in the upper decks. I believe that was Anaheim.
I don't think it was. I want to say it was raccoons.
Raccoon in the upper deck.
It was like possums or raccoons. It was bigger than a rat. Yeah, I've got the.
A bug takeover in Anaheim.
So they just have this dude spraying this huge thing of pesticides.
Go away, bug.
Just all over himself, too.
Yeah.
Breathing it right in.
Do teams have a bug guy?
Oh, well, I'm sure that's part of the...
Wearing Angels merch.
It's definitely part of the grounds crew. I'm not sure if he's full-time bug guy.
They definitely don't have a B guy. MLB they have to call in the B guys, but I think the bug guys they have on the payroll.
MLB's guys.
Save the MLBs, baby.
None of your beeswax. Whose guy I am. So tip your cap to the Angels. They were down, but they're not out. They freaking sweep the Rays.
Also, didn't the Angels have a
Right.
sanitation shutdown in part of their section?
I don't know. Oh, you're talking about the Angels?
Yeah, the Angels.
I don't know. All I know is that it's time to sell the team, according to the fans. Maybe it's time to sell Mike Trout. Can a boy dream?
Do you know why they had a?
I can't believe we haven't covered this yet. So, at the end of April, the Angels had a rodent infestation that closed stadium concessions in 432.
Okay. So was that not a different game? I remember when they were playing the Dodgers.
Yeah. Then 2 weeks later, they have a possum takeover in probably around the same section.
It was really a takeover.
Wait, Jack, go ahead.
Possum
Switch over.
takeover. The possums took over. Yo!
Passing him around and shit.
Who is this? Is a fan picking him up?
This guy's crazy.
Bro.
I think the tail fell off.
Dude.
That's crazy. I didn't think that's what you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say
Typical human feces.
Dude,
That was the
that
problem.
guy just gripped the possum by the tail.
I think the tail popped off. That's something that they can do, I think.
Playing possum?
Yeah, he should have been playing possum.
Should have played possum.
He wasn't
Well,
used
the
to
playing
playing
possum
baseball.
didn't work. He already got picked up. At that point, the ruse is over.
Really, that guy was playing possum. That's who was playing. That's who was
Playing
really
with the
playing
possum.
possum.
That guy was playing too many Modelos in the upper deck. I mean, dude, who picks up a possum? like
Dude,
a
you start
bear?
feeling. I mean, honestly, by the tail too. Like that possum will bite the fuck out of you.
Which we just saw. I don't know if he made contact, but he went for it.
Scary little buggers.
Listen, well, shout out to that guy for taking care of business, man. The man who stepped up, saving the section from the possum. I cannot imagine. Also, did not look like a type of guy who would pick up a possum.
I mean, it was white.
What
white
type of
shirtless
guy?
was he? Shirtless?
I would expect a fucking big blue collar fucking country guy being.
Blue collar
I mean,
comes
this
in
is
all
SoCal,
sizes.
though, you know?
Yeah.
There's no possums in SoCal, bro. You're telling me SoCal's the South? Johnny Capahala back on board. You ever seen that?
No.
All right. Enough of the fucking Angels. You wasted our time enough. Clean up your bullshit stadium. We're moving back east. East Coast, guys. The Braves. Best team in the East. Best team in the West, too. Best team in the league. Best record in baseball. 32-15. They beat Jack's Marlins. Oh, sorry, Jack. You got fucking butt fucked by the Braves again. We got outscored 12-0 in the first game. Didn't even matter. We still outscored you in the series. 26-20. Ooh, wee mama. And we lose the series to the Nats, but that's not even bad because the Nats somehow are the best fucking team in the MLB. I mean, the Nats just are undeniably good at offense.
This was such a stupid series. The Braves and the Nationals, they entered the series. They have the most runs scored and the second most runs scored. And then they proceed to score, 14 runs the entire series?
Yeah.
For the two teams.
And also, a lot of those runs happen in extra innings, so they shouldn't even really count.
The last two games, 5 total runs
Yeah.
against the two best offenses in baseball.
Hey, man, that's just some good baseball going on. And the Nationals, finally. So they were what, 0-16 or 17 when they had a chance to go over 500? And yesterday against the Braves, I mean, they took it down to the wire. I'm sorry, that wasn't yesterday. They beat the Guardians yesterday to go over 500. So give it up for the Nationals. Give it up for the Nationals. We did not expect a lot of them, but hey, let's give credit where credit's due because the Nationals did some, what is the word I'm looking for? The Nationals did some they did some revolutionary shit. I mean, they hired a bunch of 30-year-olds to be in charge of the franchise. Some young kids. You ever see that Jimmy Neutron movie where all the parents leave
Sure fucking have.
and all the kids take over?
Yup.
That's what the Nationals basically did. They're living the Jimmy Neutron movie. They said, bringing in the kids. We're bringing in the millennials to run the franchise. Golly.
Sometimes you need a brain blast.
Yep, and that's what they're doing right now. They're brain blasting all over the freaking field, hitting bombs and stealing bases like crazy. James Wood, inside the park, grand slam. Were you there that night?
No, I was. Were you?
I was there. $5 dog night.
He's having a season, isn't he?
He's having a season for sure. I mean, the guy like leads the league in walks almost, leads the league in home runs almost. You combine that, he's one of the best hitters in baseball almost.
And then the strikeouts, walks, home runs. That's your guy.
That's what they thought he was cooked earlier in the year, remember?
Nationals fans were freaking out over James Wood. They were saying James Wood is a problem. Now he's probably going to be the starting left fielder in the All-Star game.
He is a strong young man who has a lot of pop in that bat. And CJ Abrams, don't look now, but he has not slowed down. He's a beast. Who else for the Natty Nats?
Curtis Mead, the guy who was traded for Christopher Sanchez, one of the worst trades the Rays have ever made. He was once a top prospect in baseball. Bounces around. He was with the White Sox and the Rays last year. Last second trade before the season starts, the White Sox traded him to the Nationals. And he has a 141 OPS plus for the Nationals.
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, the Nationals, I always kind of surprised, like they had the best offense in the league, but only other than James Wood and CJ Abrams, no one's really like just like an elite hitter. You know, it's a lot of guys who are like slightly above average. But they run the bases really well. They steal a lot, they're fast, and I believe they play really good defense.
Yeah, they have Nasim Nunez, who's one of the worst hitters in baseball, might be the worst qualified hitter in baseball, but he has a 288 on-base percentage, which is not great. It's a slightly below average. But when he gets on base, he steals. He has 22 stolen bases to 2 caught stealing. They also have Jacob Young, who might be the best defensive center fielder in baseball. He has more homers this year than he did in his previous 3 seasons combined.
Mr. Young. Am I tripping or did he go to... That was Alex Hall.
Yeah, that's Alex
Hall. So yeah, Nats got over 500. That's a weight off y'all's shoulders, huh?
Ooh.
Maybe it's time for the Nats to go to the playoffs. Or maybe not.
They are in second place.
Second place. They've overtaken the Phillies, who are now back to being referred to as the Sillies, because let's just call a spade, the Sillies. I mean, they were on fire after firing their manager, but this week they cooled down a little bit. The Phillies lost to the Reds 2 out of 3. Then they lost to the Cleveland Guardians. Against the Guardians, they scored 4 runs the whole series, lost 2 out of 3. I believe their pitching staff, do you have that stat, Mitch? Their pitching staff had like a .95 ERA in the series, and they still lost.
I don't have that specific stat.
Craig Kimbrell just got signed.
Tampa Bay Rays. But yeah, Christopher Sanchez has had to compete with Jacob Mizorowski as the best pitcher in baseball this month, which is hard to do when Mizorowski didn't allow a single run until yesterday. But somehow Christopher Sanchez has been the best pitcher in baseball this month. He has not allowed a run in, 37.2 innings?
32.7 innings. What's really 37 and 2/3 innings.
No runs allowed. He hasn't allowed a run since April, I guess.
Gotta respect it.
And they still lost that game.
Yeah. So some Phillies, you gotta tip your cap to the Guardians, who pitched well. But the Phillies offense went cold this week. The starting pitching staff, the first month of the season was so weird for the Phillies. I mean, the freaking advanced metrics were right, where they were saying, listen, these guys were like top 5 in WAR, but had like the 3rd worst ERA in the league. All these guys have turned it around. I guess Jesus Luzardo must have had a bad start this week, huh? Other than Nola, I believe everyone is pitching well. Because Zach Wheeler, another guy, 1.67 ERA. His ERA is almost lower than Sanchez's. What's going on out there, dude?
Commotion.
There's commotion out front.
So yeah, Aaron Nola has been bad. That contract is not aging well. But aside from Aaron Nola, Jesus Luzardo pitched 12 innings this week, had a 150 ERA, so that's 2 runs allowed. Sanchez and Wheeler didn't allow a run. And Andrew Panner, who started the season off pretty rough, 12 innings pitched, allowed, I think, 4 runs.
Okay, but so the Phillies did cool off a little. They were back under 500. Did they even it up yesterday?
They did.
They won
beat the
yesterday.
Padres.
So they beat the Padres. That would be a good series. And they are a half game back of the Nationals and 9 games back of the Braves. I think Bryce Harper stayed hot though. I don't even know. I just saw him hit a ball to the wall yesterday.
Last week, if you're excluding the game against the Padres, he only hit 200 with a 250 slugging. So
Pick
wasn't
it
a
up,
great
dude.
week.
But
Also,
did you see him do you see the toothpaste clip?
I was afraid to watch it, if I'm going to be honest.
Show Jack the toothpaste clip. Show Jack the toothpaste clip. Bryce Harper is on TikTok, and he's been on TikTok, and he's making smoothies and fucking fair trade coffee and doing some hippie shit. And he is always doing some like self-care, right? He's a metrosexual, would you call him? He's really into like wellness, holistic stuff. And this is how he does his toothpaste. Please turn on the video if you're listening to this at home. Please turn on this video.
Oh.
Okay, so if you're just listening, he goes directly into his mouth with the toothpaste and then brushes. It's a bit like pouring your milk into your cereal bowl before the cereal. I don't really know if I fuck
I
with
think
that.
that's pouring the milk into your mouth and then putting the cereal
That's a
in.
good point.
Yeah, just it's interesting, I guess, because you'll get more contact on your tongue. Clean your tongue out.
I think he maybe just has lived alone for too long.
But he doesn't live alone.
He's a married man.
Well, that's
with
a little
kids.
different. Well, he's
This man is teaching kids how to brush their
it's a
teeth.
masculine move, though. He does whatever the fuck he wants, you know?
He's on the road a lot.
I'm going to give it a go tonight.
Yeah, maybe he just likes the taste of toothpaste.
I mean, is he using more than most people, or is he just putting it directly into his mouth first instead of on the brush?
Seemed like an average amount to me.
But it definitely was not on the brush. It was straight to the mouth.
Right.
To the mouth.
Not the craziest thing I've seen, you know?
No. I mean, didn't he remove all the blood from his body and put it back in this offseason?
Yeah.
That might have been a little crazier.
What?
He did some like blood doping shit that was legal for some reason. I don't know, but Bryce Harper's on some next level shit.
Did like ECMO? What is it?
What is ECMO?
He captioned it EBU, is a procedure in which 1/3 of your blood is drawn from your body, passed through a filtration and ozonation, and then I don't have the rest of the post. But yeah, he's on this little machine,
Hey,
pumping his blood out.
it's working. Bryce has had a magnificent season. We gotta say, Bruce Hooper. You know who's actually playing better than Bryce Harper though? Brandon Marsh actually has a higher WAR than Bryce Harper. I saw him hit a home run last night, or yesterday afternoon, or last night. It was daytime in San Diego, but I think it was nighttime in Virginia.
4 p.m. games in California kind of throw me off because it's so bright,
Yeah,
but it's not bright where we are.
yeah. It was a weird vibe. Memorial Day. Shout out to all the troops who died. We remember you. We didn't do a podcast yesterday in remembrance. Fuck. Played the bomb was not the sound. I mean, I had
Time for the bomb.
I was
dude.
too.
You're rusty, dude. You haven't used it in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was either going to be a boo, a bomb, or a clap. So I had a 1 in 3 chance.
The boo would be the worst outcome
Yeah.
for the troops.
I accidentally disrespected the troops, but you know what? I am humble in defeat.
You know who is not humble in defeat?
The Mets.
It was a bad week for New York.
Break down the Mets for me real quick because I saw Vientos strike out when the ball hit him, which was one of the funniest. And he got real mad. And I understand, man. I can understand the frustration. But what was it? Bases loaded. They were already getting fucked. But you strike out on a pitch that hits you, it gets by the catcher. So if you didn't swing, it would have been a run. Or they thought it was going to be a run. Either way, they call it back. It was just embarrassing.
Did it like ricochet or something?
Play the
got the
sound. Play
video
the
up.
sound. Play the sound.
I don't have
Oh.
the sound.
Just play it on your
I just
computer.
meant the freaking sound of the Jack soundboard. Oh no, the Mets.
Oh no! Oh no, the Mets!
Yep. Oh no, the Mets is right. So the Mets.
They started off the week pretty nicely. They were playing the Nationals here in DC. They go into the 12th inning and then they scored 10 runs in the 12th inning, which was the first time in over 40 years a team had scored 10 runs in extra innings. So for the New York, they had a
10
decent
runs.
stretch. They were feeling pretty good about themselves. Then they had probably the worst defensive game I've seen all year. They have Nolan McLean on the mound. He's been one of the best rookie pitchers in baseball. They go up 5-0 on Washington. But then in the second, they have this new guy, Nick Morbido. Whole controversy there with Morbido, but he couldn't handle a fly ball. This was the James Wood inside the park homer.
But that was a tough play.
It was more Tyrone Taylor looking at Morbido and Morbido pointing at the
Well,
ball.
did you see him jump over the wall to catch a ball and make an insane catch and let the runner tag at third and score?
I did see that. That was a great play, but then you're like, man, he
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have caught that.
First game of his career, he just sees the ball. He's like, I'm going to make the best catch of my career. Makes the best catch of his career, but it was just dumbest play ever because you could just let it go foul. It gives up a run on it. So, glass half full. He's a great defensive player. Just needs some more baseball IQ.
But then they also had this fourth inning in that same game where it looks like they're going to get out of the inning with an inning-ending double play. Simeon throws it way off. A batter later, they're playing the infield in, and was this Bo Bichette? He throws it home. The catcher can't catch it. That scored 2 runs, and that made it, I think, 9-5.
Yeah, they go 5-0 on the big bad Nationals with Nolan McLean on the mound, who's been their ace, except the last 2 starts have not gone well. He's regressed a little bit and end up losing. Yeah, the Inside the Park Grand Slam was, of all the Nats game I've been to, that might have been the most electric moment I've seen in Nats Park live that I can recall. I mean, people were going crazy. I was going crazy. I went crazy.
And then they get swept by the Marlins.
Hey, the Fish, it was the Mets versus the Marlins, both M&M series. Damn, they scored 2 runs against the Marlins.
Soto missed one of those games, so maybe they would have scored 1 more. But it was a rough weekend in Miami. And then on Sunday, tie game, Devin Williams comes in, loads the bases, and then gives up a grand slam. His ERA is now 6.35.
Damn. Yeah, so the thing about the Mets is like as soon as you get to the Mets, you suck, no matter what. Doesn't matter. Mark Vientos has been on the Mets his whole career, so that doesn't count. But, Juan Soto is an exception too. He's been good on the Mets. The team has not. Robert's hurt.
Simeon sucks.
Simeon-
Bichette is starting to
Simeon suck-
get better.
He had 2 home runs in 2 innings, the game I went to. Gotta leave. I mean, hey, friend, Peralta's been okay. But look at Noel McLean's ERA is up to a 4.4 ERA with a negative 0.2 WAR from McLean. So life comes at you fast.
I mean, the defense doesn't help him on the Baseball Reference WAR.
No, and guess what? Craig Kimbrell is off the team, so they have no chance now. They don't even have Tommy Pham to fall back on. What the hell are they going to do? The Mets have fallen to last place, bro. They were already in last place. What I'm talking about. Mets are in last place.
I think for the Mets fans, it started to look like New York was, or the Mets specifically, were kind of getting back on track, but they got to play the Tigers. They won a series against the Yankees. So they went, what is that, 5-1 in 1 week, and then they faced the Nationals and the Marlins. Looks like a good opportunity to keep the forward momentum, and then they lose 4 out of 7.
Yeah, I don't know. The vibes are just too bad in Mets territory. I don't think they're overcoming this. We're going to have to punt maybe next year.
I think the Phillies had room to have a bad week.
Yeah.
The hot streak that the Phillies had over the last 3 weeks, they were afforded, a mediocre week. The Mets can't afford another week, and I think their deadline was June. If they were still bad by June, then they're sellers, and unless they go perfect this week, they're still going to be bad.
There just really hasn't been any life out of the squad. I mean, obviously Lindor's hurt. The pitching staff doesn't look great. They haven't had good seasons out of guys they wanted to have. Kodai Senga, he's on the IL. He's got a 9 ERA. He hasn't had a good season. Clay Holmes, he's hurt. I mean, 60 he's done for the foreseeable future. And then David Peterson got a lot worse, and fucking Noel McLean now, that was your ace. He's got a 4.4. So it's actually like they're getting worse. The Phillies, they're seeing some positive motion. But maybe they just ran to the Marty Marlins. Marlins lose to the Braves, and then they sweep the Mets. Max Meyer? Do you like Max Meyer?
I think the beard has given him special powers. In my head, he's still that young dude who looks like a high schooler. He grew a beard out, and he has a 2.52 ERA.
It's so hard for me to get invested in anything Marlins, man. I don't know what it will take for me to actually care.
You like the city of Miami?
I don't have an opinion on the city of Miami.
I mean, the city of Miami can't get into the Marlins.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm like the city of Miami.
Did you see the psycho Tyler Phillips? Though he's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
I heard Arlington's new Miami.
Arlington, you're Arlington.
People were saying. Better tap in, bro.
Jack disagrees. Saw a look of contempt.
Like he would know. Dumbass boy, you wouldn't even know, bro. Said Boston's the new Miami, dog. And then let's do anything less on the Miami Marlins.
No, I mean the Tyler Phillips thing was the only interesting thing. I think he has the second lowest ERA in baseball among pitchers who have thrown 30 innings. He's the guy who slaps himself in the face every time he comes into the game.
Always works. Never doesn't work.
Well, he started, so I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know if he slapped himself in the face coming out of the dugout. I didn't see that.
Adrenaline dump, potentially.
But he went 3.2 innings on Sunday.
Got
So he might be a starter now. He's got to slap himself in the face every time he comes out.
Gotta
I
respect
don't know how
it.
well that's going to work for him.
Gotta respect it. And last but not least, I believe this is the last division we have yet to cover. Am I right or am I wrong?
I think you are right.
And that would be the AL Central. The flyovers. The flyover league. The flyover division. Yes, this is the last division. It's the flyover division. No disrespect to the Central. Now, we do have a team playing well in the Central. That is the Guardians. So the Guardians have turned into a legitimately good team over the past week. They've played up to their capability. They swept the Tigers in 4 games. Jesus Christ. I mean, the Tigers, have they won a game in the past 3 weeks?
They've won a game in the last 3 weeks.
Respect to that good game. They had a good game. The Guardians didn't have trouble with them. The Guardians held them to frickin' 8 runs? Slade came in. Sissoni. 7.1, 7 and a third innings, 2 runs allowed. Messick, 5 innings, 2 runs allowed, earned runs allowed. Bybee, he's turned it around, 8 innings, 1 earned run allowed. And Castillo, 5 point.
He just goes by Cantillo.
Cantillo, 5. That's how he goes by Cantillo. Yeah, you said it right, but he goes by something else. It's a good way to phrase it. He goes 5 2/3, 0 runs allowed. And they sweep the Guardians. Sorry, the Guardians are the Guardians. They sweep the Tigers. I'm getting all talked out right now. So please give me something on the Guardians.
So after having a great 4-game series against the Tigers, they go to Philadelphia and their pitchers are excellent there. So for this week, their starting pitching ERA was 1.61. That's almost half a run lower than the second best starting pitching staff this week, the Royals. Gavin Williams had an 8-inning outing. Messick had 2 really good starts this week. Slade Ciccone had 13 innings where he allowed 5 runs total. Then they have Travis Bazzana, who's been one of the better players in baseball since debuting. Did you see yesterday? I think he hit a home run to another Aussie.
Whoa.
So Bazzana's an Aussie. Curtis Mead's an Aussie.
To a fan?
Aussie. And then
He hit one to a fan or a bullpen pitcher?
I think it was either Mead or Bazzana.
How do you hit a home run to Curtis Mead?
No, one of the Australians in the game yesterday hit a home run to another Australian.
Fucking oath.
I can't remember who it was. But overall, Bazzana's been excellent. He has 7 stolen bases, 3 homers, a 400 on base percentage.
I'm just like, how do you hit a whole home run to somebody?
So a fan.
Okay, fair enough.
So a fan in the crowd was an Australian guy.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Gotcha.
But I don't know. Maybe it was
How do you even find that out?
He's wearing an Aussie shirt. Like an Australian. Maybe he wasn't even Australian, but he's wearing an
That's
Australian
racist,
shirt.
dude. Why? Now all Australians wear Australian shirts.
Yeah, because, when we go abroad, we just wear big USA, right?
Yeah, you're fucking right.
If you're private,
No, we're wearing a big Canadian flag on the back.
I never been out of the country.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, you're right. I went to Canada. And I wasn't wearing Canadian flags.
Is that the only other country you've been to?
Why'd you say that in a British accent?
Oh, no, I said it with a Jewish inflect at the end.
Well, that's not the only other country you've been to. That was you.
Is that the only country you've been to?
It's the only country I've been to.
That is similar to how British people talk, but that is genuinely how I talk to people.
Oh, you never been abroad before?
No, it's Jewish.
Oh,
thing,
you
too.
ready to go abroad, do ya?
Are you hungry? Like, that's how I speak. You've never noticed that? I feel like it's just because we were talking about
I
Australia.
tend to check out when you talk, buddy.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I went to Canada last spring. It was beautiful. I had a great time, but I'll never. Well, I will go back one day, hopefully. There was beautiful Vancouver this time of year. Holy moly!
Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah,
Said there was a beautiful Vancouver this
I
time.
think he was
of
about
year?
to say like scenery, but
I thought I was gonna say like Canadian women. The Canuck women are.
no,
Yeah.
there was no women there. Dude, it was just me
just you and a bunch of bears.
and my girlfriend at the time and her family,
Oh, okay.
her
There was
mom and her.
That's what it was. That's what I was.
That was the topic I was avoiding. But yeah, beautiful fucking country, dude. Love it. We'll never go back again. Fuck that place. Anyway, Canada, eat my ass. If you're listening from Canada, stop right now. Sorry, April Fool's
Stop
Day.
listening.
April
Don't
Fool's
do
Day.
that. We have way too big of a Canadian
April
following.
We
Fool's
love
Day.
Canadians.
I did have a great time in Canada. And I will say, I drove from the America country, Seattle, right? Washington, to
I don't know.
through Vancouver.
Yeah, Washington borders.
The lakes and the mountains, bro.
Beautiful.
I'm not used to that. I was not used to that. Pretty fucking, sorry for cursing, sick. And I wore my Caps shirt. Everyone in the whole country, oh, the Caps, hey. Because they love hockey. I said, yeah, Capitals going to the playoffs. It was right before the playoffs. Great vibes. Either way, well, I don't know what we're talking about, the Guardians, right?
We're talking about the
Sure.
Aussie on the Guardians.
Australia. I never been to Australia. But I did watch the Australian band, the Skaggs, live in person.
Team trip to Australia?
Team trip to Australia.
$40,000 trip to Australia?
To watch Australian baseball.
9-day flight? We
Well-
should take a boat.
12-day flight. Let's skateboard. Travis Pastrana. Go on, Mitchell.
I mean, that's it. On
It's your
the Guardians.
podcast now, brother.
You're off to Australia.
Well, all I really have to say about the Guardians is that, you know, they won 7 in a row, right? So we all know if you win 7 in a row, that's good.
Unless you're the Cubs.
Well, I mean, the Cubs, when they won 7 in a row, it was good. They just turned around and then lost 8 in a row. They won 7 in a row, right? They beat the Guardians. Sorry, they are the Guardians. Second time I did that. They beat the Reds. They beat the Tigers. Then they beat the Phillies, lose to the Philly, but they beat the Philly again. But what was the difference? Because this is the best they played all year. Mitchell, you kind of already glossed over it a little bit.
They got great pitching.
The pitching, the starting pitching staff. Now, you could say, well, are they going to be this good going forward? Probably, because the Guardians, that has been their strong suit. They are a pitching lab of sorts. This really has been a Guardians ass fucking week. I'm sorry, I misread this. Jose Ramirez actually didn't have that great of a week offensively, but usually, traditionally, it would be Jose Ramirez hits 3 home runs, steals 7 bases. Everyone else has below league average, but they go, 4-3 with solid pitching. This week, it was really more Travis Bazzana, but Stephen Kwan is back doing well this week.
Yeah.
Something to look for. Tigers, opposite direction. So what is how many have they lost in a row?
So they finally won a game on Sunday.
Fuck.
But since Tarek Skubal went on the IL, they have won 3 games and they have lost 16. They have only faced one team in that span. They've played 6 teams. They've only played one team who entered the series above 500. The combined winning percentages of the 6 teams they played, the Red Sox, Royals, Mets, Blue Jays, Guardians, and Orioles, was .435. And the Tigers won 3 out of the 19
So
games.
they're playing shit teams and they still lose?
And the funny thing is, you lose the best starting pitcher in baseball. you expect the starting pitching to be the big issue, right?
Let me guess. It's not the big issue.
The pitching has been bad. They rank 21st in ERA, but the offense is dead last. They have scored 2.5 runs a game in this span, and they have the second highest K rate while having the lowest batting average in baseball.
Ooh. Not good. And it's honestly, this is the problem with them, is that it's not just this season. It's been a while. So July 8th, 2025, they had the best record in baseball. That was 59-34. They were 6th in runs, so they had a great offense. Mitchell has just pointed out the fact that their offense has been absolutely bad, right? So they had the 6th best offense in baseball, best record in MLB. They had a 3.46 team ERA, 3.29 starters ERA, so great starters ERA. That was July 8th when they were the best. Since then, they have the 3rd worst record in MLB. So this is what, 10 months? Obviously, there was an offseason in there, but almost a full season. 3rd worst record in MLB, 49-72 since then. Only worst records in baseball, that's the Rockies and the Angels. So bad company if you're the Tigers. Since then, they are 28th in runs. Okay, they're batting .237 as a team with a .694 OPS. And their starters ERA before that, 3.29. Since then, 4.35. That ranks 21st. And that makes 20th. Sorry, 4.35 is their team ERA. That's 24th, 21st worst. So their pitching sucks, and their batting sucks. That'll do it to you. Casey Mize has had a 4.29 ERA since then, and Jack Flaherty, 4.92 ERA since then. So they've flipped the script on their head. The Tigers' momentum has completely stalled. So it's not just like they've had a tough opening month and a half to the season. They've had a tough 6 months in general. Good news is Scooble's coming back. But other than that, can you come up with anything else that's good news?
No. The Tigers have been probably the most miserable team to watch in baseball this year. They've got Kevin McGonigal. He's been really good. They've got Riley Green. He's been really good. But Jake Rogers, their backup catcher, has more WAR as a pitcher than 7 of their pitchers. He has more WAR than Kenley Jansen,
Wow.
Justin Verlander, Will Vest, Emmanuel De Jesus, Ricky Vanasco, and Jack Flaherty. Their backup catcher
Their backup catcher
has more WAR as a pitcher.
than their closer and their what should be their number one starter with Scooble hurt. Golly. Well, when Verlander comes back, he could save him. You think he'll ever come back
He's pitching.
in the minors?
Yeah, I think he had kind of what Scooble was doing, just like bullpen games in Detroit.
Maybe him and Verlander come back on the same day.
They piggyback,
A dual bobblehead night. Really get the crowd go crazy, momentum change.
and then they lose 3-2.
Then they win 4-9. And the whole change is enacted. McGonagall comes up with the magic wand from Harry Potter. Professor McGonagall. You know I'm a reader, right?
That's the lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met a woman who looked like her recently.
Rate her 1 to 10.
10.
Yo. Well done, Miss McGonagall. She's still got it going on. All right, the White Sox. White Sox could not keep that momentum, man. They were so close to going in first place. Weren't able to go in first place. Now they've fallen back. So they were 1 game back of the Guardians going into the week. They end up going, they lose 2 series, one of the Mariners, then one of the Giants. You don't like that. So they go, 2-4 on the week, and the Guardians go undefeated. So the White Sox, their magic run is kind of stalled. They're 3.5 games back, just 1 game over 500. Still a playoff team, though, Mitch.
Still at 500, above 500.
Still a playoff team, and these guys, they cooled down. I mean, we're talking about how Montgomery was the man and Vargas was the man. They combined to go 0 for 18 in a series against the Mariners. Murakami does well. Murakami has 4 hits in that series. I guess that's good, but scored 0 runs. Murakami hits how many home runs this week? He leads the league. Leads the.
He didn't
American
hit
League.
any homers this week.
Shut the front door. He did, dude.
I'm looking at the stats.
Please look at the stats again.
I mean, he did homer yesterday, didn't he?
Oh, okay. So that's where the confusion starts. Okay, so he homered yesterday. He didn't homer the week in question, but yesterday, that's still pretty good. So Murakami leads the American League in home runs more than Judge. So let's tip our caps to Mr. Murakami and tip our caps to the White Sox, even though they do struggle.
Yeah, they had a rough patch with the Giants. They had back-to-back days allowing grand slams to the Giants,
Ooh,
who I think are one of the worst home run hitting teams in baseball.
Safe to say that is true. I mean, Giants, universally, I mean, the worst offense in baseball.
Giants are 26th this year in MLB in home runs. Back-to-back days allowing grand slams.
That's
Not
time.
great, but they're still 500, which means you've got a wild card spot if you're in the American League.
That's true for all these teams. Hey, damn, the Detroit Tigers, 12 games under 500. What the frick, man? I mean, not to bring up a soft spot. Fucking what? 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. They've lost 16 over the last 19 games.
Yeah. They've played.
It's worse.
The only team in that span that they played over 500 was the Guardians.
That is worse than I thought. What are we going to do? Not even the Royals can compete with that, dude. The Royals, they get swept by the Red Sox and lose to the Mariners. So they win the series against the Mariners. Is anything changing for the Royals? Do they have any life? I mean, Bobby Witt Jr. is performing. He leads the league in WAR other than Shohei, I believe. But yeah, he didn't have a great week.
The thing that stands out to me about the Royals is that the Tigers have had this stretch where they have been unbelievably bad. And you look at the standings, and the Tigers are in last, deservedly so. But one game above them in fourth place is the Kansas City Royals. So they did win a series against the Mariners, but overall, it's just been a terrible season for Kansas City, aside from Bobby Witt Jr. Like this last week, they had the second best starting pitching ERA, and they only won 3 games.
Which leads me to believe that their offense is absolutely dog crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, qualified hitters over an OPS 100. That would be Bobby Witt Jr. Miguel Garcia's at 100. Caglioni's at 102, and Carter Jansen's at 100. So a lot of average to below average hitters, and then Bobby Witt Jr. Salvador Perez has been one of the worst in the league. So is the Pasquatch. So that'll do it to you. That'll do it to you, Royals. Then the Twins, who have turned it around a little bit, huh? Playoff team?
Playoff team. Shocking. I did not realize this until Sunday, doing the notes, that after they swept the Red Sox, they had the third wild card spot.
Hey, man, that's when you come every day to the ballpark. You don't care what the score is. You play hard every day. You wear your uniform the right way. You have the right attitude. You play the first pitch just like you play the last pitch, and you lock in. That's what happens. They've won 6 of their last 8, and they are better than the Tigers, and they are better than the Royals. Third place, right behind the White Sox. So, I mean, we've been sucking off the White Sox all year. Is it time for us to start sucking off the Twins?
Both of them.
Both teams or both Twins, as in
I meant both Twins.
the siblings? Incest is what you're talking about.
Yep.
Little freaking weird in my opinion. Whatever. Yeah, the Twin City. Dude, Royce Lewis is hurt?
No, he is in the minor leagues.
Oh my gosh.
He's done really well in the minors. They sent him down at the beginning of last week, and I think he has 4 homers in the minors.
So he had some options left?
He did.
So instead of Royce Lewis, you could say Choice Lewis.
Yes, Royce Lewis has 6 homers in 6 games in AAA.
Let's go. Yo.
He had 3 homers in 31 games with Minnesota this year.
Dude, we got a skateboard ERA too. Simeon Woods Richardson, 7.20 on the ERA. Tony Hawk in his ERA. Good shit, dude. Tony Hawk ERA is not what you want. All right, y'all. But that will do it for the Twins and for the White Sox and for the Royals and for everybody and everyone involved. We had a great week of baseball, great weekend of baseball. Great Memorial Day weekend.
Happy Memorial Day. Don't forget, hop on SeatGeek, code PDE10. Grab some Warby Parks, or,
Harass Jack for some merch.
Oh, yeah. That's not a real thing. You can't don't ask for my Venmo. The next person who goes, can I Venmo you for a shirt? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to charge you $68, and then I'm not going to send you a shirt. Wait for a link, a real source, Be smart about it.
Next thing we know, we're going to have some fake Jack Schwartz Instagram accounts taking money from our hardworking viewers.
And they would have earned it.
Jack, were there any good questions this week?
That's a good question. Let me pull it up.
Lord have mercy, dude.
All right. Feel free to fill the air.
I'm just gonna preview this next week's worth of games. Series to watch. You're gonna want to tune into the Dodgers, Rockies game tomorrow with Shohei starting. That is gonna be an electric game. Other key series to pay attention to: Braves Boston. Braves used to be the Boston Braves. Now they are not. That's gonna be a series to watch. The Cardinals and the Twins. So the Cardinals and the Cubs. Interdivision rivalry. Watch out for that. Then you got the Dodgers this weekend. Dodgers versus Phillies. That's going to be the hottest series of the week. So please stay tuned for that. Okay, do you have a question or should we just wrap it up?
When did Jack become so damn hilarious? That's one of the questions.
Man, maybe he was born like that.
A lot of merch related stuff. Pretty much gonna skip over that. One person thinks we should do BDE hat and PDE hat, and also if I DM Jack, can I get the first one? No. I love you, but no. Also, I'm assuming you're a child too for asking that, so we're all good.
Wait, you got something against children?
No, it's just like it's this whole like I need the hat. I gotta get the hat. It's like go get the hat. Be patient. Wait for the link. Be one of the first ones to get there. And if we sell out, which God forbid, then we'll get more.
Well,
there's really not that many questions anymore. If you guys aren't into the question thing, that's fine, man. But here I am digging around for questions.
The questions have been answered, bro. There's no more questions. We've answered them all.
One of them, y'all take cash? What do you even mean?
How are we taking the cash?
That's a good question. What do we even mean? Half the time, I don't even know.
And a lot of defense for Steve Irwin. That's about it.
Okay. Rest in peace, Steve Irwin. I apologize. All right, but that'll do. We'll see you next week, folks. And stay safe. Peace and love and peace and health.